Welcome back to another live episode of the Ball Don't Lie podcast. Yes, sir. Another live episode coming to you from the crib. Today we're going to be talking about buying and selling stars from NBA teams and whether or not you think that they could keep this up during the year or maybe they'll come back down to earth. So first thing I want to do is bring back a segment that we haven't done because it's been the off season. The best player of the week. Remember, we used to do these.
Yeah.
This week's best player.
I love this series.
Yes, sir. We back. This week's best player, LaMelo Ball. Gotta give him his flowers. He's been hooping, shooting like 90% on step back threes. But for this week, I'll read you his stats right here. 36% from three, 45% from the field, averaging 5 rebounds, only 6 assists. But let me see how many points he's at. He is averaging
like 32, bro. Say it.
It's not. 28 points. Sorry, it was not popping up for me. 28 points per game. Super efficient on his threes, though.
They got the echo.
Yeah, Gabe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So LaMelo Ball, just wanted to shout him out. The Hornets have been playing well. Got a big dub against the Pistons. Brandon Miller put back, won again. Dominant win against the Pacers tonight. So. You know, they've been looking a lot better. I'm sure the coaching has a lot to do with it, but LaMelo's been healthy, and we know when he's healthy, he's a hooper. So this might not be going on for the whole season, so I got to give him his flowers while he's still healthy. So first best player of the week is Melo.
Yeah, as long as he stays healthy, he's a demon. So all he has to do is stay healthy and not get hurt, hopefully, because he's been injury prone for the past couple seasons. So I'm praying for him to keep it up.
Yeah, shout out to Melo. But let's get into some of these topics. Let me see if I could pull them up over here.
Some say he plays for hell of a ball club.
Salute.
All right, let's start with the Denver Nuggets conversation. Can Jokic win another MVP? I know I picked him as my MVP last episode, but he's been going off. I think by far the best player in the league. That's already been established, but he's just been on another level this year. And the Nuggets finally started winning, actually winning some games. I think they're the 5 seed right now in 6-3, 4-game winning streak. So again, if Jokic gonna put up the stats undoubtedly, and if the Nuggets can end up being a top 4 seed, can he win another MVP? I think so. What about y'all?
Man, it's beautiful.
Go ahead, Gabe.
No, I was just gonna say, we can always go back down to the voter fatigue argument, blah blah blah. But what I've seen is when it comes down to playing basketball, and I'm watching a Jokic game, Jesus Christ, he's like a league above everyone. It's just like it's hard not to glaze him in this day and age where he just does everything. Like I was saying this last week, bro, if you don't think of him as like an offensive player, but when he needs to score, he can score legit any way he wants. You might not think he's a 3-point sniper, you might not think this and that, but bro, this dude will score wherever he wants, like I promised. So just seeing him winning again now, maybe because they, finally locked in Westbrook, but never mind. But we're talking about Jokic. Jokic does look like a candidate for MVP again. I cannot lie.
Yeah, I can see him definitely winning another MVP. Dude's damn near averaging a 30-point triple-double and carrying his team to wins, which is better from the last seasons that he's had, which were already historic. And him getting another MVP just catapults him to top 15, top 20 player of all time, just because of his capabilities and the way that he scores the basketball and just finds ways to win even with less. Them losing Bruce Brown and also losing KCP. He just fills in the needs for them and finds ways to win. So I feel like voters fatigue won't have any issue this year because there's nobody else. There's no other clear candidate that he's competing against. It's just him right now. Anthony Davis is playing pretty good basketball, but
the team is a question mark, big question mark.
10 assists too, and plus he's doing so much that I don't know if he can keep that up through 82 games. When I know for sure Jokic can do what he can do for a whole season.
Facts.
So I think I feel like people want to give it to somebody else, but if Jokic is just far away winner, then he's gonna win it again. There's no need to put anybody else. Reminds me of the Joel Embiid of last year, when he was averaging 40, and it was okay, this is a lock for him to be MVP before he got hurt. So
yeah,
Well, I mean, in my opinion, well, what seed is Jokic right now? Like, how many wins do they have?
6-3, so they're probably
Like
like
top 3 or top 4
They're the
right now?
5 seed right now,
5.
yeah,
So five?
tied for 4th technically.
yeah.
I'm just
And
surprised
Warriors are
nobody's talking
7th.
about Kevin Durant.
Hmm.
I feel like he's a decent dark horse. I know he has Devin Booker on his team, but the way he's
He ain't
playing
win
right
an
now,
MVP. He ain't win MVP,
you never know.
unfortunately.
Hey, man, if he keeps
What do you
playing
say?
and they have like that type of record, yeah. I mean, it's just like it wouldn't be out of the ballpark between him or even Book if Book ends up being like having that caliber season. But if they get to a top 4 or top 3, then I would say yeah, he'll probably get it, Jokic. But they would have to be like still one of the better teams in the West, and I don't think that even with Jokic playing like this, like there's a lot of games that they're not going to win because they're just like undermanned personnel wise.
Yeah, but I feel like your Kevin Durant argument kind of compares to what SGA has been for the past couple seasons. He's top seed, averaging 30, still not winning MVP because of the ridiculous stats that the two centers haven't put up for the past few years. I think it's going to be a kind of like the same thing for Kevin
Yeah.
Durant. He is a big name,
Maybe.
Unfortunately,
I'm just saying,
KD's
like,
stats just
if
won't come close to Jokic or AD's. Like the team will be good for sure. We probably will talk about them, but his stats just won't be anywhere close to Jokic. So unless Jokic and AD and some of these other top guys like completely get some of the bottom seeds, I just don't see how he could win it.
You know, the
I'm
only
I'm
thing
just
he
saying. I'm
has,
saying
the
like
only thing.
if I'm just saying if Jokic wasn't top 4 or like you know what I mean, their seed wasn't that good. I don't think he would get it as like a 6th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying like that's the only way KD could even be in a convo. Like the numbers
You know,
won't
the
be or
only
debate.
thing.
You know.
The only thing he's got going for him is like his demon efficiency, like his 55 midi, like a field goal and like 42 3-point percentage and free throw. But like other than that, the volume is not there. The rebounds, the defense, like everything else that like the other players have going for them. AD with the defense, Jokic with the playmaking, AD with the rebounding. KD doesn't have that kind of stuff to go back it up. So that's why I don't think he will even be like top 3 or 4 this year.
Hey, he'll make first team probably. He can make all NBA first team for
He can
sure.
make first team all NBA
yeah.
like 100%.
He'll make All NBA. I can't remember the
Like,
last time.
I
he
mean,
hasn't made
because it's
All
like at
NBA.
what point?
I'm just saying
It's
first
like
team.
at
You
what
know,
point do you start separating? I know, but like, what point do you start separating the like historic, like not historic stats, but like when you start separating the stats from the wins? You know what I mean? Like, because if the
it's an
Lakers,
individual
if the
award at
Lakers,
the end of the day, bro. Like, you know,
not really, because the majority of the time it's a top
Context
3
matters.
seed. You know what
I mean,
Like,
again, unless the team is
only when
complete
it's like,
trash, like it's not going. It's just the numbers. It's the play. Like the team is good. The Phoenix Suns are a better team this year because of the coaching and some of the additions they made. Like I don't think like KD's averaging probably damn near the same stats he was last season. You know, like he ain't take a leap or nothing.
He is.
He's still averaging damn near 30. We can't.
yeah,
Oh, I mean, yes,
27,
KD, yeah.
28 on demon efficiency. That's what we know this, but like
Yeah.
Bez is like not wrong. He's doing the same thing, like
They're just winning
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, he's winning.
Tatum's doing the same efficiency, averaging like 30, and he probably won't win MVP.
Who? I
It's
didn't
a
hear
good,
your
it's a good
Tatum.
comparison.
name. But he's
that's
scoring
true. But
more.
I mean, yeah, that's
His
also
name's
saying
value,
more.
Yeah.
It's actually a great like comparison. Same thing exactly. Like Tatum, one of the best teams in the league, averaging good numbers, but it's just like the team is good. It's not really just him, so he won't get the respect, even though he probably should.
I also don't see like right now the Nuggets are doing really well, and I hope. I mean, if Jokic actually keeps himself for an entire season, you know, I mean, it's like more power to him. That's insane. Like, but if he like, I don't expect him to keep up this level. You know what I mean, for the entire 82 game season. It's like, and even like
I kind of do, bro. I kind of do.
But even if and like even so, like it's not a good sign that it takes like Herculean effort from him to like win a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean,
It's
he's been capable of doing it for like 70, 72 games.
Should I just list off his stats right now in 8 games just so we know?
I think that's more of a playoff issue, not a regular season thing.
I mean, maybe he is probably better now than he was before, but the last time we seen him with depleted teams, he still wasn't like a top 4 seed. You know what I mean? Like it's still it's hard to win games if he's the only person that you have.
To be fair though, that 6 seed he was playing with like Baku Kambazo and a bunch of G leaguers.
Let me say this.
MPJ has been looking pretty good this year. I'm not gonna lie.
He's been playing good actually.
Guys, this sample that we have of him so far in the last like 5 years, he's like pushed it. Like so far, it's like 8 games. Obviously, early predict whatever, but so far, what he's doing right now, what I'm looking at, it's his best like statistical season so far.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's
29,
ridiculous.
11
That's what I'm
assists,
saying. It's
and
like
13 and a half boards. That's all career highs on all of his like years. Like no cap. Like that's not
that's
even
what I'm saying.
that's
Like,
crazy.
I don't think that
crazy.
level is sustainable.
You don't think so,
You know what I
but
mean?
I do, bro. I mean, he doesn't rely on athleticism or nothing like that.
If he does that, then he can have an MVP. I mean, I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
any amount of mad. You know what I mean? Like, if
Dude,
you know
it's
what I mean, even if
crazy.
he's a fifth seed, like that's.
I don't know why you don't believe that he can do this. Like, he's really like that. He's actually the best player in the league by
It's
far.
a lot. It's a lot to do it though. Like,
it's him though.
But he's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's him.
He's him.
Yeah.
we'll see if
I
he
mean,
still
the
gets
way that he
votes,
plays
like,
basketball,
more power
like,
to him.
Bro,
he's not
his-
doing more than what he usually does each year.
dog,
He's
dog.
just
Look at these
more
numbers, dude.
efficient.
I just looked at his 3-point percentage. Like this might drop, but
He's their best shooter. He's their best shooter
Yeah,
right now in
that's what I was about to
percentage.
say. Dude, he's 53 from the field, 52 from the 3-point. Like, bro,
Yeah, that's
what?
going down. That's going
Like,
That's crazy.
what?
Yeah, that's like,
But even if it goes down, bro, if he's shooting 50, 40, damn near 90, averaging a triple-double, like, bro, how do you not give this guy the MVP?
I
Yeah,
can't even.
that
I
is
can't
true.
even bring any.
that's what I
names in
mean.
this
Like I said, if he
conversation,
keeps it up, he can have it. That's it. That's all I
Yeah,
want.
if he keeps it up,
Hey,
bro,
you
that's
hear
crazy.
Austin Rivers say Carl Anthony Towns has a better bag than.
Oh, dude, I heard about bro. Austin got to be the like one of the dumbest like
Yeah, he has some of the
ex-NBA.
worst takes on the planet.
No, he has some good ones, though. He called Halliburton being trash, though. I'll give him that.
He said trash
Or overrated. He said overrated. He said he's overrated, which he was spot on.
He's playing an extra 4 to 5 minutes this year as well, so it's pretty sustainable.
Yeah, and he has to because the depth is lacking, especially with the Aaron Gordon injury. You slide Peyton Watson, who's actually been stepping in that Aaron Gordon role pretty well, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's like, now
Yeah,
that you got injuries
gotta-
and a depleted bench, it's tough.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon getting hurt too is gonna make him have to do even more.
Yeah,
so.
I say if he gets a 50, 40, 90 triple double, 30-point, like it's like all right, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Like
If he gets another MVP, is he like a top 15 player?
yeah, you got to be like.
Would you put him
4
over Kevin Durant
MVPs.
all time?
I feel like he needs another ring to get in the top 15, but like he's definitely in a convos.
Yeah,
I think I want to see him win another ring, but it's like if they don't either, I'm not downgrading him if they don't win because the team also isn't that good. So it's like
You got to look up how many 4-time MVPs there've been in the NBA. and see
I
what,
think
like,
Kareem, LeBron,
Magic, right? Jordan.
Jordan. Well, I don't know Magic if he
Jordan
got
has
4, to be
but
honest.
I'm not sure if Magic does.
Yeah,
I'm
These are
looking
all
at it
top
right
10
now.
players too.
maybe Moses Malone has 4. Don't sleep. He might actually have 4.
Okay. Bro, I put MVP. I brought up Aaron Rodgers.
4-time.
Oh, here I got you. Kareem got 6, Bill Russell 5, Jordan 5, LeBron 5, Wilt 5, and Magic got 3. So same with Moses
Okay, so
Malone.
yeah, and
Yeah.
those are all top 10 players that you named that have over 4.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because if he gets 4 and then he just has 1 chip, if he gets 2 chips, then he's easily in that like 15 to 12 conversation.
Bro, he's like Hakeem level. Like he's better than Hakeem actually if he gets 2 because Hakeem got 2 chips.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
like he's better, and Hakeem's like borderline top 10 conversation. So it's
Yeah.
like he's definitely in there.
But we
Yeah, I'd
gotta
say
put
he
him
gets
above
a 12.
Hakeem, right? We have to. Like at that point, he's
That's what I'm saying. If he gets another ring, yeah.
yeah. I would.
crazy,
I
man.
would put him.
The 2nd round pick too.
It's crazy putting all these new gen people. Like they're cracking them. They're getting better.
Yeah, all these other guys, Magic first pick, LeBron first pick, Jordan third pick, like, and this guy's a 2nd round pick.
Bro,
drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
bro.
The greatest to ever do it.
Taco Bell should have given that sponsorship immediately, bro.
He legit would have the biggest NBA come up story, like as far as draft to like ranking of like all time
100%.
goes.
It already is.
Like
with
it
the
already
MVP.
is, but like imagine he ends up top 10. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he'd
hard
be a
to
great
top 10
2nd round.
'cause
Yeah.
We were arguing about if Steph's top 10, he has freaking 4 chips and 2
Yeah.
MVPs. So it'll be hard to be crack the top 10 because he doesn't have the championship pedigree. But if he gets 2, then he'd be in a conversation like
Especially in the modern NBA where it's like extremely hard to win 2 in like a 10-year span or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's definitely harder these days.
Yeah, look at
So-
the Bucks. Giannis'
That's a good
chances are
conversation.
dead.
let's move on to the Bucks actually,
Okay.
since you brought them up. Is the Bucks season over? They are now sitting at 2-7. The only team worse than them is the Philadelphia 76ers, which we'll talk about them in a second. But the Bucks, the thing is with them, they're pretty much all healthy. Like the nobody's injured. The coaching staff is just bad, I guess. The team is bad. What do we got to say? What do y'all think?
I love a
Salute.
ball
2
club.
new additions. 2 new
Oh,
additions.
awesome.
There's 2
Yeah,
men over there.
Luckily, there's 82 games in a season, so I don't think their season is over. Definitely, because you still have the talent of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's still a top 5 to 3 player in the NBA, and Damian Lillard is actually having a really good statistical season and shooting high percentage. So you still have your two guys that are like playing pretty good basketball. It's just figuring out this, like, getting the others involved and also the sets that you want to run, which comes down to coaching. They don't figure this out within a couple games, and I don't know if when Chris Middleton's coming back, but it seems like he's coming back soon. And if he doesn't help, and Doc Rivers needs to go, and something has to happen from like an organizational standpoint, because the window is closing. You might lose Giannis, which is gonna like deplete your whole organization and push him 5 years back, and that's what you don't want to lose him. So you have to find a way to make him happy and win more games. And I feel like the common denominator is Doc Rivers in the front office. Like, I don't know what he's doing. These guys they don't play hard. They just run around. It's as like bad as Steven Silas basketball.
Let me phrase it this way, because this is what we titled it. Are you buying stock on the Milwaukee Bucks, or are you selling him? So you think they'll get better, or you think like this is kind of how they're going to be all year? Maybe obviously not this bad, but like they're just not going to be very good this year.
I'll take 5,000 shares of Milwaukee stock at an all-time low at a premium. Give it to me.
Yeah,
I'm buying
I think
stocks.
they'll be much better.
There's 82 games in a season, and
they'll for sure make the playoffs. There's no way they don't.
Bro, like I think about it like this: if they were let's say they were like 6-5 or whatever, they had like 30 games in, and they had like a bad 10-game stretch. That bad 10-game stretch wouldn't have put them like far back. So the fact that they have it now, I still think they can recoup and like get a top. Like all they got to shoot for is top 10, and they're not losing.
Gonna put Devin's comments up.
Playing game, they're not gonna do things. So I think they're fine.
I think
the fact that they fired Adrian Griffin, and he had a way better record, is kind of shocking at this point.
That's still
the
crazy.
thing about them though.
Like,
no, go ahead. Finish what you're saying, Omari.
I just said it last part. I was gonna say you should put up Devin's.
Let me see what he said.
That's a good point.
He said,
Because
they're still 2 games back from the 3rd seed. The East is struggling.
Also, a segment we were going to talk about the East. About like
the thing is, though, bro, they're losing to like not good teams. Like, you're losing to the Brooklyn Nets. Like, you can't be losing to those teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you lose to the Cavs or a Western team. That's fine. Like, that's excusable. But you can't be losing to the teams you're supposed to beat.
You can beat the Knicks as well. They lost today.
But, and the thing too is like their roster's bad outside of those 2 main guys. Like Gary Trent has not been good for them. Taurean Prince, like he's been okay, but it's like you can't rely on him to be basically your 3rd best player. Bobby Portis is hit or miss. It's like Brook Lopez looks fucking lazy out there half the time.
He's old.
Yeah, so it's just like the roster's bad. They need young guys and defensive players. Like they started Andre Jackson now. Like that's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah, because he gives them energy, which is sad. Because
that's what I'm saying. That's your young energizer player. Like, bro, you guys are cooked. Okay, they need a trade.
You have veteran presence. You shouldn't be 1-7 or 1-8, even with older dudes. Like they should be winning you more games. Scotty Pippen Jr.
Shout out to the boy Scotty.
Bro,
the boy's been hooping.
Bro. Take that message off, bro.
You saw that him and his pops first ever triple-double duo.
Sorry, Bronny, he couldn't do it.
He's next.
Bro, I was talking about that earlier. Like, it's just like it was still crazy to me that no one's ever done it. You know what I mean? Like, I know triple doubles like weren't nearly as common like earlier than like the 80s and 90s, but it's just crazy because there's so many NBA kids. You know what I mean?
But it's like Del Curry ain't getting no triple double. Tim Hardaway Jr. ain't getting no triple double.
Like Sabonis. People like, I don't know, Sabonis.
Okay.
That's a good one. Sabonis is a good one, yeah. Arvidas ain't never got a triple-double. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. See?
Damn.
Like, it's crazy to me that there's been so many good, like, NBA kids, but none of their parents have had one before Scottie Pippen Jr. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's tough.
Hey, shout out to the boy, Scotty.
Yeah, shout out.
Real one's been day one. Shout out to the boy.
All right.
He can bring it on as a guest now that he's popping.
So what are y'all 2 doing? Y'all are also buying the Bucks, I'm assuming. Yes.
Me and Gabe said bye.
Yeah.
Omari. What do you
all right, so let's just transition to the worst team in the league then.
Omari answer.
I thought he was.
I
What'd you say?
said bye earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's transition. Oh, let me just turn you up. Maybe that'll help. I'll put you like 110. All right, that should be.
Change my mic. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cutting in and out a little bit.
Yes,
better now.
All right, let's talk about the team below them in the standings. The Philadelphia 76ers, 1-6. They got Paul George back, but he looks kind of mega washed right now. Joel Embiid, I mean, he's coming back. He's got to be their saving grace, but now Maxi's going to be out for extended period of time. It's looking rough in Philadelphia. I mean, I don't think the team's particularly bad, but it's just an ugly start to the season when you were hoping that this would be like the year you finally have a different result.
Yeah.
Are we buying or selling him?
I'm selling on the Philadelphia 76ers, and I don't think Joel Embiid can save this roster. They're literally the worst team in the NBA, or tied for the worst with the Jazz. The Portland Trailblazers are better than them. The San Antonio Spurs are better than them. And we're talking about how this team should be a top 3 seed going into the season. This is the best roster that they've had since Ben Simmons was an all-star and Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick was on the team. And it's just
JJ was on the team. That's so long ago.
JJ Redick mentioned, but
okay. Long ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, season has been disappointing, and we've talked about it before. How the start of it with Joel Embiid just bringing bad vibes, saying he's not playing back-to-backs, pushing reporters. Even if it is warranted, you still can't really do that with how your team is performing, and you can't miss as many games as you have so far to start the season. And it's just been negative bad vibes for the organization. Tyrese Maxey is now out with a hamstring injury for a couple weeks, so that's not going to help them. And Nick Nurse hasn't been coaching very well either. So I understand your top 2 players are out, but you still have some depth to win games and beat the lower level teams and not be the worst team in the NBA. So I don't think this team is going to find a way to get it done. I think they'll go on a stretch mid-season, but there's no way I see them beating teams like the Cavs, Knicks, or Celtics when they start getting chemistry built up. So
I disagree a little bit because I think in the East, like if they were in a different conference and this is a different year in the East, I'd be like, yeah, fuck them, they suck, right? I'm not buying stock. But this year, since everybody sucks ass, they only have 2 in the Eastern Conference. Only has 2 winning records, right? Like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
bro.
2 teams above
like
500.
what are they, like 3 games from 3rd seed? Come on, like this is not like if this was a different year, like I said, panic mode, obviously, at the bottom of the barrel. But since they're really like it's 1 to 5 games they got to win. Embiid comes back, Paul George is back. You have Maxey gone for a few weeks. Okay, these 2 should hopefully get you some wins with star power alone in the East. Now, granted, you talk about the Cavs and the Celtics, and maybe the Knicks. Whatever, the Knicks are a different thing too. But I think not healthy Embiid, and Embiid that's back, and Paul George that's back should be enough to float you through to a top 10 seed, and then go from there. So I'm not gonna put the panic button right now.
I think you still have Embiid out for one or 2 more games. So 1
more game, I think, or I forgot.
Yeah, and it was bad that he got suspended too, because if they had him tonight, they definitely would have won. Because Andre Drummond was putting in work on AD, who's been hobbled, like dealing with a foot injury, and like if that was Embiid instead of Drummond, they definitely would have won. Because Drummond was getting like backing down AD and getting some boards over him. So I definitely know Joel Embiid would have presented some problems. So he's just hurting the team by doing. I know, again, like you said, it was warranted, but like you got to know the situation, and your team like really needs you right now.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't know if he's going to be on a minutes restriction because of the injury too.
And he's not playing back-to-backs ever again, according to him. So
like I don't know how you're going to gain any chemistry in the season because other teams are going to start winning games too, right? Those East can't be bad forever.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can.
Dude, his persona just for hooping is so bad, bro. It pisses me off. I don't know.
Like
bro, like people back in like 2017 were hating Harden for some reason, bro. They're like they should have put all their hate towards Embiid now, bro. Like this is the bad.
Harden
like
never like said anything wrong media wise. It's just his play was.
Yeah, but people hated him. Like I want people to hate Embiid the way they hated Harden back in the day.
Embiid's play and his comments like on the mic just hurt him.
So. And then he said, I've done enough in Philly. Like, bro, what are you talking about, dude?
He must be talking about in the community. Definitely not on the court.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, Ben Simmons did basically as much as him, bro.
Facts.
On the court? No, okay, let's not get disrespectful, but
he's the line. Second round exit,
same time as him.
All right, let's move on to a good Eastern Conference team. One that's probably going to be locked in a 2 seed. Like I said last week, the Cavaliers. Actually, they might be the 1 seed at this rate. They're 10-0, never lost, only undefeated team in the NBA. And, I mean, let me just start off with them because I've been talking about them for a minute. I just think Kenny Atkinson, done a great job with the team. Everyone's bought in. It's not just Donovan Mitchell. You know, everybody has their night. They got 2 great defensive bigs. And, like, this is kind of also killing the whole narrative that you can't have 2 small guards on the same team, because now when you got this type of defense around them, you know, you can kind of make it all right because you chase people off the 3-point line, and now you got 2 of the longest and best defensive bigs in the league in the paint. So a team that's not going to shoot a lot of threes, and especially if they are, you chase them off the line. It's like if they're not good inside, you could defend them. And then the offense is now way better because now it's not just Donovan Mitchell, do your thing. Like, obviously in crunch time, he still does his thing, but like Darius Garland's getting back to his all-star form. Evan Mobley's having a better offensive season. Jared Allen is, you know, doing his thing on offensive glass and just catching lobs. So I just think this team's humming because of the coaching. They also got underrated depth. Like you said to me in the text messages, Ty Jerome was killing y'all today, and like he's not even their backup like guard or anything like that. They still got Karis LeVert and stuff. So
Dean Wade, like all these guys that we're not missing.
And Max Strus is coming back too. He's gonna add to the shooting. So I'm really high on this team because I think, you know, I don't know in the playoffs. It still remains to be seen how teams adjust in a 7-game series. But I'm very confident this team will finish as a top 2 seed in the regular season.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm also buying on the Cleveland Cavaliers because I like to measure games from 10-game window, and if you haven't lost in your first 10 games, you must be a good team to buy on. So I agree with you. I think there will be a top 2 seed. The thing I like the most about this team is how big of a jump Evan Mobley's been with his aggressiveness. He was used to pump fake so many times during the regular season last year. Now he actually takes more shots and living up to his potential, and Kenny Atkinson is unlocking that. So I like everybody's role too. Like everybody plays to their role. Darius Garland's being more of a point guard and combo guard and just playing off of what he sees. And he's more confident. Everybody's more confident in what their ability is and what they're supposed to be doing on the team. And that's why they're winning. So they and never lost. And so I agree with you. I'm buying on the Cavs.
Never lost.
No, never lost.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just like, yeah, somebody like Hassan said, somebody go 10-0. It's like you're gonna be like, nah. I gotta see 15 before.
But the East being so bad too. Like I don't know how some of these teams are gonna catch up unless the Cavs just like straight up go on a huge losing streak. There's just no way.
Yeah, they already got a lead, and it's like, it's, you know what I mean. It's they don't even.
What are the Celtics at? Right
no
now?
one's even close to them.
Yeah.
Besides the Celtics, obviously, but it's like,
what are the Celtics right now?
They're second, 8-2.
8-2.
Yeah,
I'm buying. Donovan only had 12 points, and they won by 1,000,000.
Yeah.
And honestly, in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, they lost to the Celtics last year. So it's like, it's not even that they haven't shown us anything in the playoffs. I mean, the Magic were a good team, and we know that based off this season. Obviously, Paolo's hurt, but we know that if he was healthy, they'd probably be also a top 5 seed or something like that. So it's like they haven't had any moments where we can look at them and say, oh, you know, maybe, I don't know. It's just that they haven't done it yet. But it's like, if they're gonna play like this, I don't see any reason to not have confidence in them. You know, maybe they don't beat the Celtics, but like I could see them get into the conference finals if they keep playing like this for sure.
Yeah, and coaching is a huge part too in the playoffs with rotations and matchups and how you want to exploit that. And I mean, Kenny Atkinson's been hooping right now, so he knows what he's doing.
I need to
Yeah,
see
they're
for a
hooping.
little bit more. I don't know. This is not. It doesn't. I'm like neutral. Like no buying, no selling. I'm yet to make a decision because it's 10 games is not enough, bro. In that, no, come on. You cannot just be like led to believe that this is like some miracle generational run that they're having, bro.
Miracle.
Bro, for all you know, they could lose like 7 games in a row. They'll be like freaking 8th seed, bro. Like it's
Okay, but
too
they've
early
beaten
to
top
tell.
teams in the NBA.
That's not enough for me, bro. People.
It's
can have
13% of the season they haven't lost a game.
Bro, the Pistons have 4 wins. This is a skewed season, bro. They took like 4 months to have 4 wins.
Nah, the
This isn't,
Pistons. Pistons are better, bro. Pistons are better.
Winning games. This is not concerning. Like what?
Nets have a good coach. I'm gonna just say that. Jordy Fernandez, I think that's how you say his name. He's been actually good, and Cam Thomas has been doing this thing. I try to tell you, he might average 30.
There's some shit going on in that Eastern Conference that I don't want to touch at all, bro. I don't want to go near the Bucks are down, the Sixers are down, the Cavs are up, the Nets and the Detroit have like 4 wins. He's just crazy, bro. I don't even want to go there.
Don't put that. The Cavs shouldn't even be in that conversation. They've always been good. Like they just never been this good. But they've always been a playoff team. So it's not like
LeBron.
It don't.
Huh?
What are you talking about, LeBron? But they've been a playoff team since he left.
What'd you say?
He said they're 10-0 without LeBron, bro. But it's like they've been a playoff team for years without LeBron. I don't know why he's bringing this up.
He's yapping.
No, bro. It's like what do you say when you like buying into something? You're seeing like I can't fucking explain what I'm trying to say. It's like pretty on the front, but like ugly in the back. Like I feel like it's too soon to do this like stuff right now.
Like.
But what's ugly though? Like, what are you not sure?
Like,
what have they?
Bro, they're gonna like lose. I don't know. Like, this is,
but what makes you say that? What makes like there's no reasoning to that claim at all.
Like they're overperforming. Like they're like I know they're dominating, but it's like I feel like it's like
okay, yeah, they're not gonna go 82-0, but it's like they're
frauds.
They're gonna lose some games.
Like, they're fraudulent.
Bro,
saying the Cavs are frauds.
Bro. Everybody sucks, bro. They could probably be a top 3 seed, but it's just so like mid, bro. It's just so mid.
That's gonna be the
10-0 is mid.
No, not 10-0.
Hey, if the Lakers were up here 10-0, you would not be saying this. We know this.
If the Lakers were up 10-0, I'd be decked out in my Laker gear right now.
Donovan is having one of his like worst starts to the season too.
That's who he ain't even had like a great game yet. Like
I'm not buying.
Gabe Sarkarian says Cavs are frauds.
That's facts.
It's gonna be
wait. No comment. No, don't quote that. They're not frauds.
Cavs are fraudulent.
They're not frauds.
You basically saying that.
They're like.
He said, "What's it called when they look good but they're not really?"
They're catfishing.
That's what they're catfishing.
They're catfishing you all, and you fell for it. But I'll be here in 1 month saying why they're the 8th seed. I will call it.
There's no way.
Hey man, sometimes
the 3rd seed is like 4-4.
Sometimes you get catfished.
They're only an 8 seed in the month.
They'll be real eaters.
I'll be here when they're the 6th
This
seed.
is one of the worst Eastern conferences I've ever seen in my life.
So bad, bro.
Isn't that the next topic?
Thomas out here averaging 31.
Ain't that the next topic? Can we go into how bad the East is? This is like a whole Eastern Conference teardown video.
Before we get into the East in general, well, I guess this is part of the East, but I want to talk about some of these other teams that like are kind of sneakily gonna be good, and I want to see if you guys are buying them, selling them. You know what I mean? Like based on how obviously they're all kind of in the same realm of like being 4-5, 4-6. But what do y'all think about the Charlotte Hornets? I know that it's still early. I know that they haven't been like anything crazy, but I would say that they've looked better this season. And again, if LaMelo can stay healthy, they could definitely be a top 10 seed, and maybe even better if the East is going to be this bad. So are we buying or selling the Hornets?
I'm buying for sure. As long as LaMelo's healthy, I'm buying. As soon as that nigga gets hurt, I'm selling. I got like a stop loss waiting for that nigga to get hurt. And once it
got automatic,
it gets automatic, and then I'm selling. But if he's healthy, I'm buying. I'm buying all season until he gets hurt. But I don't think. Hopefully, he has. Anthony Davis had a good, healthy season last year. Lonzo just came back.
Anthony Davis though.
Lonzo just came back. People be playing. So hopefully, he has a good healthy season. So I'm gonna try to buy because they do look good. Brandon Miller looks like he's taking a step this year.
Yeah, I want to talk about him too. That's a crazy duo for the future. Him and B Miller, bro. I'm buying him too. I think they're just gonna continue to get better. And honestly, like all you need is a couple guys around him to make plays. Like, oh yeah, Trey Mann, I'm buying him. Yeah, he's hooping too. Yeah, like I'm buying him for sure.
Yes,
I'm buying him for sure.
The question is, what are we buying? Like a playoff appearance?
Not a play-in. Like. Well, you tell me. Are they gonna be?
Well, the East sucks, Hassan. So talk to me.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely be a play-in team this year, and they could potentially make the playoffs with the roster from LSU.
So you got to be buying them, right?
If that's the goal, right? If they, I mean, any team they verse though is going to be a first-round exit, and I think they could make the playoffs, but
they need some type of playoff experience. You know what I mean? Like they ain't been to playoffs in years, so even them making the playoffs is like a positive step in the right direction. You know,
you get like four. Yeah, you get 4 like high level.
I don't know because the team is still pretty young and they're still figuring out themselves and who they are, but they have some juice. They're spry, but I don't know if I want to buy them making the playoffs because the Nets could make the playoffs this year for all we know.
No, if we want to talk about the Nets, I'm selling the fuck out of the Nets. It's so fluky their start. They're definitely falling off. Like I'm selling the Nets harder than any other team on here. For sure. What the fuck?
Get the frauds.
Y'all crazy. Why?
I'm buying the Nets because they're Cam Thomas and Dennis Schroeder have been playing like lights out.
You think those guys are gonna carry them to a playoff spot?
I'm on that side with
it. I mean, shoot.
But you said LaMelo and Brandon Miller can't? That's crazy talk.
Well, I mean, because
if you think the Nets going to be good, they're going to be like 4th.
They're taking the Celtics to double overtime tonight. you have Cam Thomas who's playing with all-star numbers. You have every piece around them, shooting, defense, and Nick Claxton shooting with Cam Johnson. Ben Simmons, if he actually stays healthy and gets a rhythm,
He was benched today, by the way.
Good. If he's not playing well, don't play him. But
no,
yeah,
like he didn't start the game. Like he got benched out the gate today, so I don't know what's going on with him. He ain't playing back-to-backs either. So
You know what's
he's still a useful player with like playing defense and rebounding. So I feel like with the rotations and the coaching that they have, it's possible they can be a better team than the Hornets and actually make the playoffs this year, especially if Cam Thomas keeps doing what he's doing. So
this is also being attributed to the fact that two of the locked Eastern Conference teams that everybody had are like literally the worst two teams in the league, like right now. Like the reason this conversation could even be said is all these teams are 4-5, 4-4, 4-6 is because the Bucks and the Sixers are 1-7 and 2-7. This is atrocious.
Exactly. So that means
this is atrocious.
You can pretty much buy on every Eastern.
Bro, they should blow up their whole teams. I'm not even playing with you, bro. Let's go back down
the
to
odds.
Sixers, bro.
If it's a good team that's doing bad, the odds are you should buy them. Like,
yeah,
I swear to God, like
besides
the Hawks,
Sixers.
Magic, Pistons. Bro, the Pistons are 7. What am I looking at?
well, I think the inverse goes too. If there's a bad team doing good, you sell them. And I'm selling the Nets because number one, I think they're gonna trade half these dudes. Number two, they remind me a lot of like the Jazz the last couple years, where they just start off hot for no reason and then they just fall off because like it's not sustainable. I really think this is exactly what the Nets is gonna do.
West,
what do you think
this
they're
is
gonna
like
trade?
the
I
East,
think
bro.
Nick Claxton's probably gonna stay. He just signed an extension.
No, I mean, but like Cam Johnson's probably gone. Dorian Finney-Smith probably traded. Like some of these older vets that like.
Yeah,
I don't think
how they look mid-season
because they ain't even if they make the playoffs somehow, they ain't doing shit. So there's no incentive for them to keep these guys, especially whoever's on the last year of their deal. Like,
What if
there's
they
no
verse the
point.
Hornets in the playoffs?
Huh?
What if they verse one of the other shit teams in the playoffs or something, bro?
I think the Hornets
I
would
pick
beat
the
them.
Hornets.
Okay, yeah, but
I
the
think
Hornets. But like, we're getting like 6 games, bro, or like, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna
I
tune
know,
in
yeah,
though.
yeah,
LaMelo in the
yeah.
playoffs,
Yeah,
sign
some
me
real
up.
hoops versus Cam
100%.
Thomas.
I ain't saying
That's real
nothing
hoops.
I'm just saying, like,
We
there's
watching
other shit.
the most unethical series of all time.
Exactly. It's like just get out the way and give me some room.
Bro, if that
Oh
does
God,
happen,
just watching
Bro.
everyone.
Certified bucket getters
Bro,
You
facing
going to the
off.
record park?
the East could have a funny playoff bracket, bro. If all these shit teams make it, it's gonna be hilarious. You have like,
There's no way the Bucks don't.
bro, they're all bad, bro.
They're bad right now, but I don't know. They have to make
Let me
it.
see.
Right. That's it. It's a failure if you can't make the playoffs and Giannis Antetokounmpo in the East. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
2 teams
Yeah, I
over
mean-
500. What?
I don't know, man. I think one of those teams, the Sixers or the Bucks, not that they'll definitely bounce back, but I think one of them will be like a bottom, like a 7 through 10 seed. I don't know which one. If I had to choose, it would probably be the 76ers because their guys are injury prone. So it's like if anyone's gonna like their guys can miss time, but it's like I can really see either one of them like not stepping up to the degree that we think.
And at least Dame and Giannis are getting games in together. Like, 76ers can't even do that with their stars.
I honestly think if the Bucks just can make a few trades, like they'll be fine. I think their overall team is just pretty bad right now. I don't know if they can make trades, but if they do, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I heard. I think Brian Windhorst was saying that they called every team in the NBA and nobody's looking for a trade.
Yeah,
So they're trying something. Like
but I think like like the Jazz or something, you should call them up, bro.
who?
Call up Portland to see if they want to give you somebody because they ain't going to do shit
Trade
either.
for anybody.
Who? Trade for who?
Anybody to help them win.
No, I'm saying like who is calling around? Nobody wanted.
Oh, Brian
Bucks.
Windhorst said that the Bucks are calling around every team, but nobody was willing to trade anybody right now.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't know what your team looks like right now, so you just play it out and then you see the direction it takes 30, 40
They
games.
should be able. I don't understand like what it is. Like talent wise, there's no reason that they're this bad, especially in the East,
It's
because everybody
coaching.
else is bad too.
It's coaching. We know this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, what about the Detroit Pistons? Let's talk about the Pistons, man. They started off kind of shaky. I don't even want to say they started off shaky because they've been really in every game this year so far. It's just they've been choking in fourth quarters. But lately, against the Lakers especially, actually came into the fourth quarter with a lead and held on to it. So I think they're kind of starting to figure out a little bit. Cade's been balling this year. Jaden Ivey and him
Love me some
have
Cade,
developed a
man.
good chemistry. And they, I think that they with a better coach now, a coach that actually cares and puts them in better position. I'm not saying that they gonna stay and make the playoffs, but I don't anticipate them winning what like 19 games this year or whatever they won last year. I think they could hover around that 30 win mark and at least be like not an easy out on every night, you know.
Yeah, I'm buying this team too. I think they could be a play-in team. I like the veteran additions that they made to make their team actually competent. I mean, we all talk about how bad Tobias Harris is, but he's been in the NBA for a long time, so he knows at least to win you games or keep you in games. Tim Hardaway Jr., Michael Beasley. So they got good players and a good coach to help your younger guys like develop. So Cade's been hooping. He had 3 triple doubles this week, and he's finally coming in and breaking out as a all-star level talent with having actual players on his roster and a coach that can help him do that. So I think they'll be in the playing area, and them making the playoffs is a possibility. And like Beth said, 30 wins this year. So I'm buying them.
It's looking good. I'm buying too. That is
Respect.
also attributed to every other team being, around the same level. But hey, they show promise. Cade shows promise. Dude, like I fully believe in this guy again. Like he's shown me everything he needs to. The team also being in like the middle of the pack this year within like the first 10 games, it's already far and away what I didn't see it happening, and that's like a big shock to me. So I have to buy like I have them like bottom 2 team, and they're slightly right under 500. I cannot complain about that at all.
Yeah, exactly. They already have more wins than they did when they're during their losing streak.
Oh my god!
And listen to some of their losses, like the teams they lost to, the Cavaliers, the Celtics, the Heat, the Knicks. Like they're not losing to bad teams. They beat teams like the Nets, the Lakers, the Hawks today. So like they ain't losing to like scrub teams anymore. They're losing to legitimate teams.
Cade had a game winner and a game saving block. So
yeah,
clutch big moments.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing. He's carrying my fantasy team, so shout out to him. But yeah, I think salute. But yeah, I think that they're showing like a lot of promise. I like rooting for the young dudes in the NBA. Cade's looking like he's gonna be a future. I was gonna say Hall of Famer, future All-Star. You know what I mean? He could be a superstar. You know what I mean? If he plays like this, you know what I mean, and keeps improving. Like once he gets like, if he can crack the 25 a game threshold, you know what I mean, average the same like rebounds and assists, like he'll be considered a superstar, So it's just like
25,
he's not too far off, but it's like you could tell he's on the way. So I enjoy the way he's carrying himself, and then with the additions of the vets, they look like they could be a competent team in the East. Probably like, I still think they'll probably be like a higher play-in team, but once everything balances out. Yeah, that's much better than they were before.
Moving up to the number 1 pick potential.
All right, would you rather Tyrese Halliburton or Cade Cunningham? I'm kidding.
No, hold on. Let's talk about the Pacers, though. Let's talk about buying or selling the Pacers. What are we thinking? Personally, I'm selling their ass for a multitude of reasons. They literally have no other center right now because Isaiah Jackson tore his Achilles, James Wiseman tore his Achilles, Miles Turner, I believe, got hurt as well, so they ain't got a center.
Thanks.
Tyrese is on super fraud watch right now. Their best player is Benedict Mathurin, so I think this team got a lot of issues.
Yeah, I'm selling on the roster. I kind of made these points at the beginning of the season. I don't believe in their defense or their bench. And Tyrese Halliburton, like you said, is on fraud watch, and he needs to be a superstar that we thought he was to actually have this team be competent. But if they can't play any defense, the team's just going to straight up suck. So selling this team.
You know what I want to say?
What?
I was hating on Jason Tatum for the way he handled the whole Olympic thing, pouting, whatever, how he looked, you know what I mean? You could tell Tyrese was, I'm having a good time. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
And so, but then like in hindsight, you see like one of them is just a competitor, you know what I mean? Like he wants to be out there, wants to be playing, like wants to do his best. And Halliburton he was living his life. He's having a time. So he doesn't have that. I don't see that as a chip on his shoulder like Tatum had from not playing any minutes. And I get that Tatum's had a much longer career, much longer tenure of superstardom. So it was more like appalling for him not to play. But even so, it's just like just the fact he wasn't playing, he was pushing himself to prove why he should be playing. You know what I mean?
Real quick,
and it's like Halliburton did like the opposite. You could tell he's like more comfortable
Bro, thought it was all
where he
sunshine and
is.
rainbows, bro. This
Add
year.
on to your point, like even the school project doing nothing and still winning a school project tweet, like, what embodies what you're saying. Like Jason Tatum would never say
Yeah.
something like that and post
But
it
they've
on
always
Twitter.
been different personalities. Jason Tatum's always been like locked in, like Kobe
Yeah.
mentality type shit.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton's always been a goofball. Like he's just been like a
Yeah, I
knucklehead.
mean,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
always pointing it
That's
out how
true.
you can see
And
how.
Yeah.
if we're being honest about Tyrese Halliburton, like he kind of just came out of nowhere to break out. When he was drafted and playing with the Kings, we always expected him to be like a number 2 type of player, to a De'Aaron Fox or to somebody else, right? Like a Sabonis or something. So him breaking out was kind of like, I don't want to say out of necessity, but when he got to the Pacers, like there was really nobody there for him to compete with. So we just took the reins and ran with it. But now we're just kind of seeing, now that they got Pascal Siakam, and pretty much since that trade, like he just hasn't, you could tell, like, because he ain't getting opportunities, he can't capitalize off being the best player, and he has to fall back into that number 2 role because like teams don't respect his scoring at all. Like he doesn't have good athleticism to blow by people. He doesn't have a go-to move. He doesn't have handles on a string or nothing. Like there's nothing about his offensive game besides his playmaking that will make you like really fear him. And he's not even shooting well this year. So a lot of what made him so good. I just don't think, I think the NBA has learned how to contain it, and I don't think that it's something that's super special where it's like he's going to come back. I mean, he could shoot better, obviously, but I don't think it's, he's not some special athlete or special talent that, he was never supposed to be that from the jump.
He's like average. He averaged about 20 for the past 2 seasons. I can see him getting back there just because of opportunity and playmaking style. But like you said, people learn and catch on to his moves, and he hasn't adjusted to the NBA. And so I don't know what the future holds for him right now, but he definitely has the talent and capability to get to that level again.
I don't think he's
I
ever
think
going to average 20 again, bro. To be
Really?
completely honest, like the playmaking will always be there. Like he can average, even though he's not even averaging assists for shit this year, he's down on that too. I think that can get back up to what it used to be. But the scoring, like if you watch him play basketball, he's passing up good shots. Like he can't get by his defender half the time. Like you put a solid defender on him, he's not blowing by him. He can't cross him over. Like his go-to move is a step back 3 because he can't get by his dude. And it's like, those are low quality shots, especially if you're not hitting him. So
He can learn to be better though. And
I
think he
guess,
has
but
the skill
he's got to work at it.
learn
that's something you got to do in the off season. You can't
That's
come,
right
you
in
can't
his
do
way.
that during the year. You know what I mean? Like this year might be cooked for, like, okay, he can get better next year for sure, but I don't see him getting better mid-season, especially that you play every other day, every day. Like you don't got time to really work on your shit.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
agree.
We'll have to see. I see where you're coming from.
He's got to lock in, bro. He can't be doing the same shit he was doing before. People figured it out, bro. Come on.
Yeah, they figured it out for sure.
Word for word. If his shot's not falling, he's just like, all right.
Even
dude, pass.
Kyrie, like Kyrie's probably one of the most shifty players of all time, and he even said, and during like off season, he'll learn counters and moves because people start to catch on to what you're doing, and you have to learn different ways to score in the NBA. And he's been doing that for years. I remember Iman Shumpert saying, like, when he was at his peak defensive capability, he'd watch videos and of Stephen Curry and like know exactly what he's gonna do from this and that. Like it's their job, and they're literally getting paid to play defense or be a specialist at something. And so Tyrese Halliburton's bag is not nearly as good as Stephen Curry or Kyrie Irving, and they're still like trying to learn ways to have variety. And so Tyrese Halliburton only has one move and no counter. You're definitely gonna get locked up and have to learn something new, or you're just gonna be outdated in the NBA.
He's like a
today.
shitty anime side character. He just sucks.
Luckily, the playmaking you'll never lose that, and like the
Yeah.
mentality from that, unless you're Ben Simmons and you just straight up.
No. Don't even put that in the earth. Take it back.
You know what's
But
crazy?
Tyrese
He's had
Halliburton
some
knows
Ben
most.
Simmons ass moments where he like passes up open layups to try to jump pass back to 3. Like, bro, just shoot the floater or something. Like it's wide open.
Yeah, Tyrese is definitely smart though. Like I've seen him break down shots. I remember the Nemhard 3-point shot that he made against the Lakers, the buzzer beater or something like that, a couple years back.
Why'd
He
you
broke
remind me
that
of that
down
one, bro?
pretty well in terms of like where spots are supposed to be, like where others are going to be, and seeing when to pass the ball and time and stuff like that. So he definitely has a really good basketball mentality. So I think from a playmaking standpoint, you'll have that. Scoring wise, I don't know. Like that said, he might not hit 20 again.
I agree with that pretty much. The playmaking's always there. He's always looking to pass, and he definitely has like a good feel for the game. So it's just like that'll never go away. It's just when you know how to play, when you grow up playing, it's like this always sticks with you.
Exactly. Just got to figure out ways to score again, and I think he might be. I don't know. We'll see if he can get there, but
You need.
uh,
That's why it goes back to my point. It's just like you could tell that Jason Tatum had like a certain chip and gave him a certain work ethic in the offseason. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I feel like Tyrese didn't. You know?
goes back to Bez's point, like of higher standards. I feel like Jason
Yeah.
Tatum being a top 3 pick, kind of his standard was set at a higher bar than Tyrese, who fell to like
100%. He
Yeah.
came into a winning
No,
mindset organization. They had to win now. Like it was not the Kings, bro. The Kings, he was a backup off the bench. Like, all right, you come in and De'Aaron Fox out. Jason Tatum was like, all right, dude, you gotta like lock in, be it like a star ASAP because we gotta go win some chips.
because they're
Halliburton
playing behind
never
Gordon
had
Hayward.
that. Never.
Well, I wouldn't even say that for Tatum because Tatum got drafted to a team that had like Kyrie, Gordon Hayward. So he wasn't even, and Jaylen Brown. So he wasn't like, obviously a top 3 pick. You expect them to be good, but like he didn't even have to be that good off the rip for them to be a playoff team. But he just came in as that. And I think Tyrese, like Omari said, like Jason Tatum coming off a ring, like you would expect if that anybody's going to slow down, it's a player, coming off a ring, finally winning a championship. But he stayed hungry. He heard all the noise people were saying, you got Kerry, you're not the best player on your team. And he's coming out and showing that this year. Meanwhile, Tyrese, having a high year going to the Eastern Conference Finals, like it seems like he kind of laid back and just kind of went with the flow, didn't really add anything to his game to make other teams respect him anymore.
Yeah. Well said.
That's where I'm going.
I think he'll
Right
get
now-
back to where
Right
it is,
now,
though.
Trae Young is shitting on Halliburton's career, so let's see what happens.
A lot of East point guards
What I
are, man.
said, Trae Young, baby.
Hey, LaMelo shitting on him too, bro. Let's be real.
100%, brother. I can name you more players.
Let's actually name some players, Hassan. I know you had a segment.
Yeah.
Buying or would you rather NBA starts to the season? Is this players or teams?
Players.
Okay, let's go to this because I do want to talk about some individual players this season and buying or selling these guys.
Yeah, so I actually do have Tyrese Halliburton on this list. So since we've been
Damn,
talking about him,
Halliburton.
we can transition to the first would you rather for NBA starts. And we can add kind of not a twist, but do you think that with these starts that they're going to continue on and help their teams win, or that these players will keep the same kind of stats? So
Free Tyrese Halliburton or Cam Thomas. Watch.
not that low. I have Tyrese Halliburton and Trae Young. Would you rather?
Oh,
Trae
come
Young.
on, bro. I just called
Trae
this
Young.
out, bro. Give me
Trae Young,
Come
baby.
on.
Trae Young,
Young.
easy
Oh,
money.
hey.
Trae Young, for sure.
I'm taking Trae Young too.
Trae Young,
It's
for sure.
basically comparing. Do you think Tyrese Halliburton will have a better season and figure it out?
No.
Either. But Trae Young's bag is just deeper. He's as at the same level of playmaking, in my opinion, and he knows how to score and get to the line efficiently and put up 28 and 10 each in season. So I don't think
Yeah.
that's going to change with the capability and usage that he has. Where Tyrese Halliburton struggling shooting the ball, no confidence, Ben Simmons level of type play, and his
Damn.
team is not competing at all. And I think that's going to hurt his confidence.
Bro,
And I think the thing about Hallie too that is a little bad is like I think Rick Carlisle is like totally okay with like going away from because the team like they have a lot of players, TJ McConnell, Andrew Nemhard, especially at the guard position where it's like if you ain't on shit, not that you won't play, but it's like we're not gonna force feed you the ball. Like we can give Pascal the ball, we can get Benedict Mathurin the ball. Like he's not gonna force feed Tyrese. So it's like
Yeah.
Bro,
Trae Young.
I was even saying this before. I was even edging out Trae Young. Well, that's not crazy, bro. I
What?
was even giving the edge.
that's
to
what I'm
Trae
saying.
Young.
What the fuck?
I was even giving the edge to Trae Young last year, and this is like when Tyrese was at his peak or whatever we want to call it, bro. This just proved that I'm not shitting on Tyrese, none in the slice. But dog, you're looking like a hella one-hit wonder. I ain't gonna lie. Trae Young has been doing this for like
Damn.
5 years, bro. 5 years, day in and
Talk
day
that
out.
shit.
Granted, he's like literally a 500 player. Like his team is like 500 forever, like perfectly balanced.
Not his fault.
Bro's an offensive
that's fair,
juggernaut.
yeah.
He's a system player. Like he is a system too at that point. And bro, give me Trae Young, bro. Come on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Next one. Omari. Did you see? You said
No,
Trae Young too?
yeah. Train for sure.
All right. Next one I have. We named both of them. Cade Cunningham or LaMelo Ball.
Ooh, I like this.
I think this one's easy right now,
That's
to
a
be
good
honest.
Cade has been hooping. Both of them have been hooping this week.
That's a tough one, actually. I don't even think this is easy.
We got the best player of the week in LaMelo Ball. So both have been hooping. Both teams have been winning at a certain level. It's just what do you prefer, I guess.
I think it's LaMelo, bro. For me, I have to give it to LaMelo. Cade has been great for what he is, But like when I look at him, I think LaMelo's just doing like more in his own right now. So I gotta
That's
edge it out
fair.
to LaMelo, bro. Like also we said player of the week, so we gotta give it to LaMelo. I don't know.
I think.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go Cade. I
yeah.
think I'm gonna go Cade from a defensive standpoint. I think he plays better defense, more structure with his basketball play too. I like his playmaking also. I feel like the structure is what sets him apart to me. He knows how to get to certain spots. Plays with more fundamentals. His footwork is more on point. Where LaMelo is just let me just do anything.
He's a highlight, bro. That ain't bad.
He's a highlight. He's a highlight.
Can they
for
stop
sure.
him? They can't stop him, no.
They can't. So I know LaMelo is a way better scorer. Not way better, but he's a better scorer and can score at a high clip. But I feel like Cade can put up or compete at the same level from an offensive standpoint with rebounding, assists, and scoring. And the defense is kind of what sets it apart for me. Plus the stability. I know Cade's going to play as many games as possible. LaMelo's been in and out of lineups for like the past 4 years. So knowing that Cade has more playing availability, and I know that LaMelo gets hurt more. I think I'm going Cade here.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm going Cade. The one thing about both these guys that they have in common, they turn the fuck out of the ball over. Both are averaging damn near 5 turnovers. LaMelo is averaging 5 turnovers a game. 6 assist to 5 turnover ratio for LaMelo is diabolically ugly. Cade ain't much better, 7.5 to 4.5 turnovers. So these guys need to be a little better taking care of the ball. But I'm going to go Cade, though. Like you said, the defense, he can play off ball. He can play the 3 even at times if you want Jaden Ivey and another shooter in the backcourt. So, he has that type of size to be able to do that. So I think his versatility, I'm going to pick him. Although LaMelo's having a much better scoring season, I think Cade's versatility, I'm going to go with him.
Yeah. More reliable.
Yeah,
that too, yeah.
Yeah, that's my main point for going Cade too, is it reliability. Like if I was going like who I think is playing better right now, I'd probably go LaMelo. But if I'm going like who would I want, going forward and for the future, franchise player, whatever, I would have to go Cade. Just for the stability and the comparable stats where they are right now. You know what I mean? Cade's younger, right?
He's younger, yeah.
Yeah, I think about the same age.
He's like 30 days younger than
LaMelo. That's how close it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, LaMelo joined the league young.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. But so yeah, I would definitely go Cade too.
All right.
I love LaMelo.
I think what I have another guard.
LaMelo Ball has lost me so many parlays. You know how many times I bet the under on that dude's points and he went over? Like,
that's
how
crazy.
can I not bet for him, bro? How can I not glaze him right now?
Hey, you know what's crazy? LaMelo Ball is listed at 6'7", 180. Cade Cunningham, 6'6", 220. He got 40 pounds on him, and they're basically the same height.
There's no way he's 180.
180.
Like, what about it, bro?
There's no way he's 180. Yeah, that 180. He'll be like anorexic, dude.
Bro, I'm 170, 165. But
hey, man, he ain't got no muscle on that frame of his, bro.
Nah, but still, that's way too small. There's no way that's true.
Hey, that's what he's listed as, so don't go at the NBA for that.
Because even like the skinniest, like one of the like even being like 6 foot, someone who's like pretty skinny will still be like 180.
Like Chris Paul?
170. You know
He's
what
not
I mean?
that lanky too, to the point.
Maybe he put on like 10 pounds a little bit, but he's still Cade Cunningham. The point is a significant amount of weight on him.
Definitely way bigger, yeah. I'm just saying that 180 is crazy. 6'7", dude, like
he might be a 190.
You look like Chet. You look like Chet if you were 6'7", 180.
Bro, LaMelo's skinny, bro. Like if he flexes, ain't nothing showing, bro.
Yeah, I mean he is skinny, but I don't know. I guess possible. I think he's probably like 190, 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
210. All right.
He's definitely cracking too.
I don't know. I think he might be 190.
This is the last guard matchup that I have. I had to add my boy James Harden. So would you rather have James Harden or Ja Morant? Both are averaging around the same amount of stats. James Harden averaging 20 and 10. Ja Morant's averaging 20 and 10. But I feel like, me personally, I'm going James Harden. You already know my choice.
Shocker.
What?
I feel like
he's
doing more with less. He's making Zubac look like a damn near all-NBA talent center.
Maybe Zubac's good, huh? Ever think about that?
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, he's all hard.
Bro, why shit out Zubac's whole career, bro?
Was he ever
a good center?
Was he this good?
Oh, come on. Now you pulling out Reggie Jackson. Like, that's just so, like, come on now.
Patrick Beverly, Lou Williams, was he ever this good?
You talking about scrub PGs, brother?
But
Yeah,
I feel like the system revolves around James Harden. The Clippers are like 4-5 right now, but they're better than what we all expected them to be, and he's putting up all-star level numbers. And the good thing about it, James Harden, is that he's a reliable and available. John Moran is never available. It seems like he's already missing a good amount of games. He has better talent, and he's averaging less stats with that. They're losing games to the Nets.
He's not,
And,
buddy. He's not. He's averaging the same amount of stats in 10 minutes less per game. They're both averaging 20 points and 9 assists. John Morant is playing exactly 27 or 28 minutes per game. Meanwhile, James Harden is playing 36 minutes per game. So
Hassan,
exactly.
take it back to back.
Harden
Hassan,
needs to
usage,
those
Hassan.
minutes in order for them to win games. And what are the Grizzlies right now? I think they have the same record, right?
They're above the Lakers.
they are the 6th seed at 6-4. Clippers are 5-4. So pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Hassan,
I feel like James Harden needs to do more for his team, and they're hovering around the same. And John Moran doesn't, and he's averaging around the same stat with a better roster.
question for you.
They've been injured too.
I'm picking these players based on like their start right now and going forward, right, Hassan? Or
Yes.
yeah, give me John Morant, bro. There's no way.
Yeah.
I was already
Give me
gonna
John
pick-
Morant.
I was already gonna pick John
Me too, I'm
Morant,
going John.
but Best said just like gave you a knockout punch, bro. Come on. If they're averaging
What?
the same
No,
stats and
less
bro's
minutes?
playing like 8 minutes, 10 minutes less,
He's
that should
and
give
he's already
you
hurt.
something to work with. Bro,
He's
it
already
doesn't
hurt.
matter.
He
If
does.
Jaw's averaging 28 minutes, these stats, and Harden's usage demon, yeah, he makes Zubac look like an all-star. Somebody has to, bro. John Morant's doing the same shit on less time. Come on, bro.
With
Come
a
on.
better roster, right?
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's personal stats.
Bro, first of all, we can't ignore that JJJ missed like the first week, and now Desmond Bane's out. Like it's not like he has a fully healthy team or
but you
something.
have Scottie Pippen Jr.
Bro,
dropping triple
Zubac-
Oh
doubles.
my god!
Bro,
Right, shout out to
Zubac
Scottie
and
Pippen, but like,
Hassan, Zubac and
Zach
Norman
Edey
Powell are
playing
playing
well,
better
rookie
than
of the
like
year
the
candidate.
second.
no, he
year
not.
round.
No, he not, bro. Zach
He
Edey not
played-
playing well, bro.
He had
Hassan,
like a 25 in 12 games.
Hassan, listen.
Yeah, that's his only good game of the year. The other games he's been fucking subbed out because he gets blown by every time.
Better coach, and not a better
Hassan.
coach, but coach is good. But yeah, I think so let's say if John Morant's out for the next two weeks, what do you think?
Hassan, you
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna see him play. Obviously, James Harden's gonna put up better numbers.
All right.
0 is always
Yeah,
more
no.
than whatever James Harden
Yeah,
does.
no.
2025, you're
Or
gonna want James
other
Harden
way
over
around.
John Morant, like actually?
Sorry?
In 2025, you want James Harden over John Morant?
Yes, because James Harden is reliable and he's also doing the same amount.
You want
Jaws
like 2
more
years of
explosive,
James
bro.
Harden.
Give me the explosive athlete,
Yeah.
the guy that
He's
could.
got- all he wants is the highlight reels. He wants to see 360 switch hand layups, trying to dunk.
Who
on
else can do
everybody.
that though? Who else can do that?
Westbrook.
Facts. Not even John Wall.
Yeah, he's trying to be
Westbrook
John Wall.
in big 2024, man.
Hey, Westbrook as a starter is a demon, bro. Let's not get it twisted.
Nigga does not have enough coordination to do that, bro. Nigga throw that shit out the fucking.
Yeah, man. Ain't no way
That
Westbrook can
shit- that
switch
shit would hit
hands
the
midair.
Jumbotron.
I'll bet the mortgage
That's what hit
Westbrook
the
can do it.
Jumbotron.
I'll bet my mortgage.
He would throw the ball all the way to the roof.
Dude, I've seen Westbrook try to do this
That
move
nigga
right
would
here, and he
turn
fucking
around.
throws it into the stands, bro. Don't even start
Oh
with that.
God, he throw that hoe straight up.
Never
bro.
happened. I
Hit
don't know where the
fucking
clip is.
thing,
You gotta
bounce
find the
off,
clip.
hit the
It's
nigga in
not
the
real.
face, something, dude, like,
That's funny.
Never happened.
Are you guys all choosing Jaw too, or
yeah.
Yeah, this one was just for you, pretty much.
You could have got it close. You could have said like someone
Thought it
else.
was
Could
close.
have had your own Harden meat glaze.
You know
segment.
who's in
One would say,
Harden's
like,
class?
De'Aaron
Hassan?
Fox
You know who's
would've
in
been
Harden's
it.
class?
You should have said like
Would've been
Tyus
faster
Jones
than
if you
easy.
wanted us to say James
Hassan,
Harden.
if
You
you
know,
wanted me to say James Harden, you could have said like D'Lo or something, bro. Come on, like make it interesting.
James Harden or Ben Simmons.
This one's a bit more closer.
can't argue with that one, right?
James Harden or Ty Jerome? Hassan.
I'm not
Moving
stuck.
on. Yeah, we've been talking about how good Anthony Davis has been to start the season, averaging over 30, and we've been talking about how bad the Bucks have been, being one of the worst teams in the East. So, would you rather have Anthony Davis or Giannis Antetokounmpo right now?
This is actually the easiest one you've given me so far.
Real potty.
Best
Real
talk
potty
to
right
him.
now.
Best talk to
Bro,
him.
give me AD, bro, because he's hitting the 3 this year. He's actually taking a couple of game. We know the defense is always there. We know that he could get in, score 30 points a game. Pretty much, I think he scored 30 points in every game besides one. So he's been showing up this season, and the Lakers are going to continue to need it if they want to win games because the roster outside of like the starting lineup, and even then it's a question mark at times with some of those guys, is awful. So Anthony Davis is going to have to show up every night, and as long as he keeps doing that, as long as he plays the games, I have full confidence in him. Giannis, he's also a demon. Like, it's hard to say anything bad about Giannis, but the lack of shooting, the fact that the vibes there are bad, like that just doesn't give me confidence going forward. I've seen rumors of him like maybe getting traded. Like, I don't like that type of energy, so I'm gonna go Anthony Davis.
W Mans, 100%. I agree with him completely. Anthony Davis, what he's started to the season is actually the best basketball I've ever seen him play. And Giannis just unfortunately isn't doing what he needs to do. So AD got it over him right now, bro.
I won't even say that. I think just the team, like he's doing his thing. It's just the overall team, like, is pretty bad.
You can't have like 1 or 2 wins, brother. Come on, you're an MVP caliber player. I don't want to see it, bro. I hold people to a different regard. That's why Embiid is dog shit. Well, he hasn't played, but
sadly, I have to disagree with you guys and pick Giannis in this one because Anthony Davis has been hooping, but like you guys tend to talk about, the Lakers' defense is terrible, and Anthony Davis has to do everything. And that's going to weigh on him. And it's already weighing on him with the heel injury.
What about Giannis? He going to have to do everything too.
But we've seen in the past that he's been able to like carry the load from a regular season standpoint and get hurt.
I mean, the thing with Giannis, bro, he ain't like some beacon of health, bro. Giannis ain't some beacon of health, bro.
It's been looking bleak last couple of years.
If we're comparing them, if they both stay healthy for the same amount of time going into the season, I thought.
Oh, AD easily.
AD, yeah, he's been hooping. Like, he's been way better than him right now.
AD number 1 in MVP voting.
I think he's going to be sustainable. Like, I don't know if this is going to be sustainable throughout the season. I know what Giannis is doing is sustainable because he's done it before in the past. And like Gabe said, Davis has been playing his best basketball ever. And with the holes that the Lakers have, do you really think he's going to continue to do that because of how?
But it's like you saying this about AD, but it's like Giannis, they got the same problems. Both teams have the same problems. It's like the top 2 guys and pretty much no one else. But even the Lakers role players, like as bad as they've been, I think they're probably better than the Bucks guys, to be honest. So like,
I've seen Giannis, like even last year, Giannis had a career year field goal percentage wise, averaging like 30. So I've seen him keep it up. Right now, Anthony Davis is playing like out of his mind, huh?
He shoots from 8 feet from the rim. Davis does everything. What are you talking about?
Hey man,
he has no bag, Hassan.
Giannis hasn't made a 3 this season.
You know it, right, Hassan? You know he has he can't do anything past 10 feet.
Stick to your game. If you can't make threes, don't take them.
You're picking a guy who's a run and dunk man. I've seen it all.
Hey man, he averages 30 running and dunking.
It was your man. It was your man who said that, wasn't it?
Run and dunk man.
Yeah, it was my man.
It was your man.
I was riding with him, but I have to go be honest. What about you?
Man, AD's been looking like MVP AD, man. I've been saying it. Once you get JJ Redick, it's kind of he's built that offense to kind of like flow through him. Obviously, Bron does a lot of legwork, but so far this year, AD has been it's the most we've seen AD be the one in the entire Lakers tenure. You know what I mean? So I think that the way he's playing, the way he's brought. No, I thought this said Bronny MVP. Somebody had a comment, but the way AD's been playing, the way he incorporated his 3 back into his game, I was super sad when he lost that, when he became a center, put on all that weight, became slower. You know what I mean? I was like, that shit was not it. AD, his whole career was best when he's mobile, when he can play, like he could go between being a guard and being a wing player. And it's showing this year that giving him that versatility back is making him back to the 30-point per game scorer that we've been known that he could be,
Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think that he can sustain this for a whole season? This level of play?
Yeah. I mean, as long as he's healthy, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Like
the only concern I have with him is like getting banged up and hurt, because he be getting banged up, little dink and dank injuries all the time. But as long as he's healthy, I don't see, like, the way we're using him is very sustainable. We're damn near run everything through him.
Yeah, because I mean, we've had conversations in the past about him not being aggressive, and so far he's been aggressive through every game. So I guess we just have to see if he can keep that up. That's been the only biggest thing about him is his aggression, and I feel like JJ has unlocked that so far. So
I feel like his issues, like, it's not even aggression. Like some of the issues I have with AD is like defensively, like when he like misses a shot, he doesn't always run back. Like, that's literally my only problem with him right now. But like, other than that, he's been doing everything.
But sometimes you gotta take a break, bro. doing too much for the team.
I get it, but it's like, bro, it's just like you give up a fast break layup and you see AD like talking to the ref or like he fell down trying to draw a foul. Oh my god, that shit pisses me off.
Same.
And it's just tough because he's literally the only rim protector besides Hayes.
He's our whole
3 times
defensive
out
like
the game.
plan, bro. When he's not there,
Dude,
it's actually
not only he's not just our only rim protector, he's like damn near our only good defensive player at this point. Like pretty much outside of Cam Reddish, who can't do really shit on offense, like we have no one right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Max.
I actually
Yeah, like
like this
1-3.
is what a whole, dude. It makes me question how people are in the NBA. Bro, you know what I saw by the way? Random tangent. There was this guy. Was it the Suns rookie or some shit? Dude, I don't know who it was. He was shooting up shots like this,
And they say Bronny shouldn't be an NBA player.
bro. And then all the comments are like, bro, so you're telling me I could be in the NBA? And this dude is an NBA player, and his shot like a grown man.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up here if I can.
Bro, it was so
Yeah.
funny.
That
Like,
shit was
it
crazy.
was so funny.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
That shit was
How, how like you make it to the NBA and you shoot worse than like my kid cousin who's like 11 years old. It's actually crazy.
Fundamentals of that. Lonzo.
That was impressive.
His first shot.
Like it's so hard.
Yeah, at least it was fluid though. Like,
Oh my god.
oh my god,
Oh, he's catching.
it's hard to even see like where his hands are going.
Bro, he's an NBA player, bro. That's crazy.
No. Can we
They're just letting
slow
him do
motion
this.
that?
Dude, they're letting him do this.
Brother, they're going in though.
Hassan.
Oh yeah,
don't
have
do
you seen Ryan Dunn's in college? What the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh my
this.
god.
Oh my god.
Have you seen
Bro,
Ryan Dunn's
basketball.
jumper in
No.
college?
Is there a video?
No.
There's a video. Let's watch, bro.
Yeah, if you look it up, I'm sure if you look it up on YouTube, it'll be a video too.
Bro, this
Yo,
guy
see if
shot
you
is
could-
so bad.
See if you could.
Yeah,
I wanted to show y'all this Luka play, by the way. Most egregious thing I've ever seen. I don't know if y'all seen it, but like,
Show me.
you got to get fined for this shit. Like, this is absolutely unacceptable. And players shouldn't be doing this, bro.
I've
Look at
not
this.
seen
All right, look at this. Look at Luka Doncic.
Doesn't look like there's any contact with the face here.
it. Oh, it's one of them ones, huh?
Inside turns on Doncic.
It's one of them ones, huh?
Foul.
Oh wait, go back.
He's holding his balls.
And so Nurse
Bro, and he's faking it too. Like, he's
Wait, go
selling
back,
it.
go
Look
back.
at this.
doesn't look like
Oh, he missed. brother.
Not even close. Like, he didn't
Yo,
even come
Luka's
close.
been mid since last year, bro. What is he doing?
He can even smell his breath, bro.
That was so bad.
That's a good basketball play to me.
I
Selling
go.
it, flopping.
I'm gonna
Hey,
see if
he
I
got
can
it,
find
bro.
this Ryan Dunn
Give
thing,
him
but
an Oscar. He
No, I
got
think I
it.
go. Hold on, let me see. I think.
I do want to see.
Close
Would
to-
you rather?
Hey, Ryan Dunn, like, I don't know what his shot
trying
looked
to
like in
remember.
college, but that shit looked water in the NBA.
Bro, we should have another
Going in.
trivia night, bro.
Going in.
I'm gonna make one.
Is this it? Is this it? I think I
Okay,
found
no,
it. Hold
no,
on.
no.
Ryan
found
Dunn
one.
free
Hold
throw.
on.
Is that what?
You
Ryan
want me
Dunn
to,
free
want me
throw?
to, I can show my screen. Oh yeah,
Is
yeah,
this it?
yeah.
Catalyst to that.
Why does it
Bro, but
feel like he made it?
the thing about it though, like, it don't look that, like, it looks fixable. It doesn't look like that other dude's that other rookie, bro.
Keep going. There's more.
Jordan Minor coming into the lineup.
I mean, he's gonna keep airballing free throws, like.
Go back.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Kind of looks like Mattel's
How is
shot.
there multiple separate air balls, bro?
However, when you look back at the way that
No way,
Ryan
an air
Dunn
ball
is playing
again.
offensively and
Bruh.
how he's shooting the basket.
Why are you moving forward?
We've done that. We've even turned them over or frustrated.
Dude, like, the thing with him is like,
Up here.
Yeah, like the form doesn't look that.
it's
bad.
not
Like,
too bad. It's not as
it's
bad
like
as the
he's-
other one.
Dude, he lets it
I-
go
it's-
like
it's
when it's
like-
like the
it's
apex
like,
of his
I don't
head.
It looks like his feet, it looks like his legs and his like upper body aren't synced at all. Like he's like moving his legs at different time than he's moving his like shooting motion.
Body's not in tandem. It's like
The other side's nigga is
relaying
way
wrong
worse,
information.
Yeah, the other kid, I don't even know. That guy, you if we talk about Bronny, we gotta talk about that kid, bro. Well, how is he in the league?
Defense.
Big body.
I can't believe they sent my young prince to the G League.
Mikkel's
We already
going
talked
on
about the
top.
Suns for
Pretty
2
bad
seconds,
too
Devin.
At the beginning of the year. The 3-step shot.
All right, you got any more? You got any more players that start to the seasons? Let's talk about it.
This is my last one.
Okay.
So Wemby, he hasn't been playing up to expectations this year. I think he's
Give me
averaging
Wemby.
like 17 points. the team isn't as good as we thought they would be to start the
Well, I
season.
wouldn't say all that.
Or
I,
they
we
think
we
they'll
didn't.
be good?
Did we expect them to be good? I didn't.
No, but
No.
how many wins did they have? Like 2? Not this bad. Or
4
yeah, that's
wins.
a
They got
leading
4
game.
wins.
Context
That's
matters.
fine.
4 and
I
5.
thought
Right?
they'd be 13.
Hey,
So,
4 and 5. 4 and 5 is about what I expect. Like,
Well, Wemby's not playing as well as we thought he would. I
Yeah.
think he's averaging like
Yeah.
17 points this year.
he's definitely struggling offensively.
Yeah, so I want to compare him to his counterpart, Chet Holmgren, where he's been playing his best basketball of his career so far, averaging over like 20 and 2 blocks. So he's playing to a little bit of what we thought Wemby would be to start the season. So who would you rather have, Wemby or Chet
Bro, we're
Holmgren?
comparing a number 2 in a perfect scenario to a number 1, bro. Give me Wemby, bro. I don't care. I don't care how bad Wemby is having. Chet having this minor. Plus, for all you glazed a little bit. Chet having a great start. It's good, okay, and it's comparable to Wembanyama. But I'm not giving Chet the nod right now, bro. Come on.
All right, why Wemby?
Same thing you guys said with Cade having worse stats but better. Give me Wemby, bro. I don't care.
I'll agree with you too, Gabe. I think Wemby's gonna pick it up as the
It's a
season goes
schlump.
on.
It's a schlump.
I think it's a slump. The only thing I don't like about his game is that I think he takes way too many threes. Like he's a guard. I feel like he should use his height a bit more to have more fadeaways at the rim. But his defense is that's something you can't teach, and everyone's still scared to drive around the rim against him. And the way that he moves is still generational. I feel like he'll start to pick it up mid-season, and we'll see those stats like last year. I feel like last year had a bit of a slower start at the beginning as a rookie, and then at the end of the year, he was damn near unstoppable from a defensive standpoint. So I feel like Wemby will start to pick it up, and I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wemby as well. I think he definitely has a lot to learn on the offensive side of the ball, but the defense is still there. I went to the game against the Clippers, and he had 9 blocks in that game. He was all over the court. So the defensive impact is there, but he just kind of can't take advantage of some mismatches that he should right now. And he doesn't really have like any type of go-to move where he can do a little jump hook or do a little fade right now. I think he'll develop that as time goes on, but I still have faith in him overall being a better player.
Yeah, sure. He doesn't have no post game, huh? It's weird.
Yeah, really don't.
It's like non-existent at all. Looking like 7'4".
And he don't even need nothing crazy. Like you need just a jump hook or a turnaround or something because you could shoot over everybody. So
Are you talking about
Wemby, bro?
Oh, Wemby.
Wemby. Lock in, bro. Lock in on the podcast.
Yeah. No, I knew you were talking about
Wemby,
Wemby at first, but I was like 7'4", and you need a jump hook. I mean, yeah, I think I know Wemby's starting slow, but I still feel like a lot of people have that second year, like they even when they have a good first year, they'll start the second year kind of slow. Same way you said, people now, although it's Wemby and he's an alien, people still have a year's worth of tape to watch on him now. They have the Olympics to watch of him. Like obviously there's tape of him before, but when you're in the league for a year, people are gonna kind of know what you're doing, or you have to get used to a new system. You have to get used to playing with CP, which is still easier, but you still have to get used to playing with better people and different people. And so, sometimes second year players have a quick slump in the start, but I think Wemby will end up being at least above 20 by the end of the year,
Yeah. Shout out to Chet though. He's been playing at All-Star
great job
there. Yeah, he's averaging 20,
Yeah.
and I think OKC's one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NBA, and he's definitely a big part of that. I actually was thinking about putting Sabonis into this, but that guy's been OD, so I don't know if if Wemby's gonna be next to Sabonis or even better than Sabonis this year.
Sabonis is crazy.
Yeah, I think we might have jumped the gun on that. Sabonis still got it.
A bit closer to his comp. But yeah, those are the would you rathers for the NBA early start. 10
Career
games in.
Luka Doncic. Kidding.
I got another similar type of segment. It's buying or selling this NBA take. So I'm gonna give you an NBA take based off the play early in the season. You tell me if you're buying this take or you don't agree with it and you're selling it. All right. So let's start off with this first take coming from Gilbert Arenas on the Gil's Arena podcast. He says that the current OKC team is better than the 2012 OKC team with KD, Russ, and Harden. He says if the Thunder don't win a championship in the next 6 years, that's an issue. Do you buy that this current OKC team is better than that 2012 team?
Yes, I am buying. I feel like team-wise, this team is better just because of fit. I feel like the players that you traded for all have a purpose in a role. The players that you drafted all have a purpose in a role. Like Gabe said, Chet is the second best player on the perfect situation. Jalen Williams might even be better than him, and he's playing his role very well. So from a team standpoint, yes, I can agree it's better. But 2012 had better players because he had Kevin Durant at peak form, not peak form, but all-star coming up. One of the best.
I mean, he was MVP, so he was damn close to it.
Westbrook
At
at
No,
peak.
yeah, I was gonna say.
And then James Harden, 6th man of the year. I mean, Westbrook his decision making has always been terrible, so that always hurts any team that he's on. So that is already a negative. And James Harden was kind of capped being the 6th man on that roster. So yeah, I'll buy them being a better team. And even the 6 years window, like with all the picks that you have, like you can say the OKC Thunder probably like have the most resources or the team with the best resources, like with picks, star players, talent, trading opportunity. Like I think they're in the best situation. So if you don't win a championship within 6 years, it's a failure in my opinion. Even
Yeah,
less.
and if I'm not mistaken, I think they might have the 76ers or Bucks pick. It's like top whatever protected, but like, hey man, if you know,
too.
yeah. So if like those teams don't end up with a high lottery pick, they got on 2 other like 7 through 14 picks they can move, or fuck, they could draft somebody. They drafted that kid Nikola Topic. Remember, he ain't even have to play this year, and he was like one of the top prospects coming into the draft.
Exactly. Just put him in the G League.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it too. I think that other team had more individual talent, right? Like you said, James Harden, future MVP, Russ, KD. But I think that the team as a whole is more complete, and like you said, everyone knows their role, everyone plays their role, and I think being young and only gonna get better. Good coaching as well. Scott Brooks, who was a coach back then, we've seen how he's done since then. He's been okay, but nothing special. You got Mark D, arguably one of the best coaches in the league. So I think overall as a team, they're better.
I'm 50-50, boys. I don't know. Because I feel like on one hand, that team that OKC team made it there. You know what I'm saying? Like they got there. And I gotta give them credit for that, even though we're saying that the current gen Thunder are better constructed. I gotta believe in the star power that took them to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm pretty torn. I think I'll go with the old. The take was if they have to win the next 6 years or they're like trash, right?
Well, they're not trash. We're just saying are they better than the 2012 team?
Yeah,
do you not think this team is constructed right now to make it to the finals?
I don't know, bro. I have a hard time believing it in today's
Why?
NBA too.
Yeah,
Because I saw those guys do it, so I know they did. But not taking anything away from the way the team's built, I just don't know if they have enough of the star power. Yes, Shea is him, no question.
No star power with Shea is crazy.
No, I literally said Shea is him.
I agree with Gabe, honestly.
Yeah, like
I feel like there's 2 points to the take too.
Mm-hmm.
No, you keep on.
No, dude, I was just gonna explain more a little bit about like how, like the KD and Westbrook like thing could get you to the finals. I could rely on that, right? Even if they didn't do it the year after, I still believed in them. This Shea built team with all the help he has, I don't see them going to the finals. I see them being a number 1 team in the West. I see them going to the second round or the conference finals. But do I see them going to the finals? I can't say that with confidence.
What team do you think can beat them though? Like, what team are you confident will beat them in the West? Like confident.
Like I mean, like I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I do think the Lakers could beat them. Like,
oh my god, man, hell no, hell no, man, hell no, bro. As a Lakers fan, hell fucking no.
No, bro. I don't
you
know.
guys, you might get
like teams could beat them. You know what I mean? Like the Mavs beat them last year, bro.
I see your point of them not being proven because Chet and Jalen Williams don't have any like pedigree, but I feel like they're on their way right now. The way that they're just easily beating teams, like I think they have a shot. I don't think anybody in the West is better.
I could see them going second round conference finals, but finals,
I don't think there's any clear-cut team that's going to beat them. Like, I would have said the Nuggets, but the way they're looking this year and the depth they're lacking is kind of going to be a problem. Not to mention, bro, they ain't even got iHeart back yet, who's going to help add to the size and defensively guarding some of these bigs. Like, now, okay, Chet, maybe that could be exploited in certain matchups, but now you got iHeart and Chet. You could go double big because Chet can shoot. Maybe you slip in iHeart if you want somebody that's more big-bodied and physical.
The dog too, man.
Yeah,
Still
added
doesn't
Caruso,
give me-
Lou
doesn't give me,
Dort, like
faith in
defensive,
that.
insane backcourt. Like, I don't think this team has really any holes. I think the only question is like, can they show us and like, can the young players do it this early? I have no doubt that they'll probably get to the finals, once in the next couple years and probably even win it. It's just like, can they do it this season? But right now, I don't think anyone in the West is clearly better than them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
agree.
I mean, yeah, I said it. They're in the
But-
West, like as a roster, yeah, they're number 1, number 2. But when it goes down to going to the finals, I can't say that with confidence. Like,
And
like, you, how,
regardless,
like how you
like,
guys
just-
are saying it.
Okay, and regardless, like Gil's take was one, are they better than 2012 OKC? And then 2, is there an issue if they don't make the finals? So it's just like in the next 6 years. So it's like, one, on the first point, I don't think that they are better, and I agree with Gabe. You can't give them that they're better when they haven't accomplished as much. The teams that they went against.
It's a theoretical question, though. Like, we're not,
it is
obviously, if they had
that's what
made
I'm
the
saying.
finals, like, it'd be different.
I know it's a theoretical question, but those Thunder team had 60-win seasons. You know what I mean? Like, they had elite defenses. Ibaka was an elite defender. Ibaka, yeah. Well, I called him Ibaka all the time, like, because he was an elite defender. He was literally one of the best in the league, DPOY level. Westbrook he wasn't just yet the triple double elite Westbrook, but he was still Westbrook.
elite.
He
KD was an
still
MVP
perennial
level caliber
all-star
player.
every year. He was all-star.
Yeah, so I'm like, there wasn't, and then Harden was a 6-man, but obviously he was better than a 6-man should be. You know what I mean? So it's like, when it comes to that team, and they had their other specialists like Cephalosha and shit like that. Like, they had
Yeah,
Andre
their players.
Roberson. Like, they had the role players that they could just throw out there to play good defense.
Their role players
Give
are
them
not
their
better
hustle
than-
minutes.
Andre
That's
Roberson,
somebody
Yeah,
has
their role
Adams,
players aren't
Jeremy
better. I
Lamb,
know, but
Reggie
I'm saying,
Jackson,
like,
these are
what
great
they
players.
accomplished as a team, and how good they were. I'm not going to give a newer, younger team the edge over them when they haven't yet accomplished nearly as much, nor do those players have the same pedigree that the players had.
But you're
even
supposed
at
to be
that time in
projecting, though. Like,
2012.
if you're using past accomplishments, obviously
Yeah.
that OKC. But I'm saying, do you
We're
think this
asking
team?
right now, is this team better than 2012?
think so,
No,
no.
I don't.
I don't think so.
There's nothing that's going to tell me that they're better than 2012. Like,
Okay, but
I can't project that they're going to go to the finals. And then it's like, they went to the finals and played against LeBron James and the Heat. You know what I mean? It's not even like they played against some scrub team and lost. Like,
I think it's a two-parter
it's
question
just-
too. By the way, I think it's a two-parter question.
Yeah.
like
no,
two
and
frame
I'm gonna
parts.
get to the second part too. Like,
Yeah.
even the second part of Gil's argument when it comes to, because I don't agree that they're better than 2012, but I do agree it's an issue if they don't win anything in the next 6 years, based on their level of talent and based on how much assets they have. It's like the league. They have the league like this because they can leverage a lot more than other people can. You know what I mean? When it comes to picks and when it comes to pieces. So it's like, it will be an issue with how good they are right now if they don't end up like winning anything in the next 6 years with this plethora of assets and plethora of talent on their team.
Yeah, the team definitely has the most assets in the NBA. And if they
Yeah, I
fail,
mean,
they have, then it's a failure.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the other team had more talent, but I think that this team, like, considering the asset pool, like, and what you could do with it, I guess they should be better in terms of, like, in the position they're in to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if that team not winning, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks, but they didn't have, it's not like they had a clear, obvious, they went against the Warriors, 73-9 Warriors. They played LeBron in the finals, like you said. But this team, with the team they have now, plus all the picks they have, like, it would really be disappointing if they don't end up better than that team. If you feel like, maybe not the roster now, but the moves they can make, the development of their team, like, it would be disappointing if they don't end up better in the end.
You know, my take is on this, like, on the team with the way they're constructed. I would take star power over team construction like 95% of the time. And the old Thunder team had the star power to back it up. This team, well,
But
you
their
have Shea.
construction was
Obviously,
good too. Is it?
you have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I know he's MVP player, but other than that, I'm not seeing stars. Maybe later, maybe with the picks, maybe Chet. But as of right now, Chet is not an all-star. I can't say it. I can't say
I
it.
feel like you just don't think that they're proven yet, while the other team had proven guys. So that's probably why you view the team.
Are you taking Prime Ibaka or Chet right now?
Chet.
On your team?
I'm taking the whole team. I'm taking Prime Ibaka.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Prime
taking
Ibaka,
Chet. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Prime Ibaka, he was cool. He was cool, but Chet's better than him. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. He's not.
I don't
Nah,
know.
really.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, bro. Y'all, I don't know
He's
how
a
y'all
high
saying
level
it.
player.
That version of
If
Ibaka
he's
had a
a
better
high-level
chance
player,
at
he can
dealing
still
with
have
So
Kawhi.
is
He's
Chet. You act like Chet's not leading the league in stocks
not
right
a
now
big
and and,
Okay,
and,
it's 10
and whopping
games in.
threes.
That's 10 games in. He's
I don't
been
know.
a multiple
I think
DPOY winner, and Chet.
And
he's not
James
even
Harden
defending
wasn't in his
the top
prime when he
three.
was on the Thunder. This dude was coming off the bench, and don't act like we knew he was going to be this MVP level guy.
Yeah.
Man of the year though.
So I'm saying he wasn't at
I
his
agree
peak.
with you.
So
Team-wise, this is a
For
better
that time.
team. This is a better team. But they're
The
like,
Thunder
in
now
terms
don't
of
have a
top
man of the
three
year
players,
candidate. Like,
obviously the
like, you know,
2012 roster had top heavy players. But in terms of team and everybody playing their role to win, definitely this team right now.
all right, let's move
we'll
on
see.
to the next take because we'll probably end up getting back to that at some point in the year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Poop Henderson. He has been very bad this
Oh,
year.
brother.
Are we worrying about school? Is this guy a bust? Are you buying or selling that, or do you think let's give him some more time? Or because his last couple games, 8 points, 7 points, 5 points, 11 points, and today he had 16, but only on 42% shooting, no 3-pointers made. I mean, his percentages have been terrible. This is actually his best game in the last week, and he didn't even shoot over 43%. So, are we panicking about Scoot Henderson?
Yes,
Yes.
I am panicking on Scoot Henderson. I don't think he'll live up to his
It's a wrap.
potential as his third overall pick. The way that he was playing prior to getting drafted was all-stars, superstar level talent, and he's not showcasing that on one of the worst teams in the NBA, especially having the usage to be a star and the pathway to be a star on one of the worst teams, and still failing and dropping 8 points. It's a no-go for me, and I'm definitely panicking on Scoot Henderson.
Wait, did he have 8 points his last game?
What?
He had 8 points his last game?
Yeah. 16.
He had
He's had a
16
plethora
today.
of-
He had 16 today, and then before that 11, before that 5, then 7, then 8.
Good thing I did not bet on him. His line was 9.5. Thank God. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm panicking. I think this dude. I've been saying he's been shit like every time I have a chance. I mean, bro is a single-digit merchant. That's a great comment. I'm not gonna lie. He's actually a single-digit merchant. But nah, man, he needs to pick it up, bro. Like he has skills. Like he has the skills to do like great things. He just doesn't do it. Like it's weird.
It's not smart. No mentality, bro.
Is he just stupid?
Did y'all see that clip where they asked him like what you learned during the offseason? He was like, I learned about good food or something like that. He was saying that we got good food in Portland. I'm like, bro, really? I don't know if he was trolling or what, or he's actually just like slow as fuck. I don't really know what was that happening.
Like right now, I feel like even with a couple years of development, he won't be an all-star. I think he'll just be like a good point guard in the NBA. He won't be what we expected him to be. And if you're not living up to your potential as a top pick in the NBA, then it's panic time.
Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I think it's too early to say that he's like a complete bust, but I also don't think he's going to live up to the third overall pick. Like, I do think he can be a solid point guard in the NBA, but it's like now with the talent at the point guard position in the NBA, it's not good enough to be solid. You got to be able to score and facilitate, and his shooting's just not there. His playmaking hasn't been all that good either. So it's like, he could turn out to be okay. You know what I mean? But I just don't see him living up to an all-star level type of player, franchise level player.
Sad. It was him and Wemby that I remember they have that game, the G League Ignite versus Wemby's team, and they both dropped 30. We thought, this is the future of the NBA.
Yeah, too bad he's not an NBA player. He's like a
Dude, all these G League Ignite guys that have been drafted have not been disappointing. Like Jalen Green's been the best one, and he's damn inconsistent too. So it's like none of these Ignite dudes have shown much to be honest.
Mingo's been okay too.
Jalen Green's a perennial all-star in the making.
But him too, he hasn't been consistent. Like even when they show flashes, it's like okay, the next game they'll have like 2 points after dropping 30. It's like, bro, what's going on?
Is it Sar from Ignite too, or is that someone else?
Who?
Alex Sar.
The Thompson Bros are from like overtime.
What? No, Alex Sar is French.
Yeah, Sar's French. He's not from Ignite. Ignite got deleted, bro. They got wiped off the face of the earth.
Now we know why.
The Thompson twins are good.
Oh yeah, the Thompson twins.
Okay, now we got another take. I know this is early, but I do want to talk about it. Paul George, he's been pretty mid this season. I know he's coming off a knee sprain, but even just watching the game, he kind of just looks a little. He's turning the ball over. He's not really have that same type of offensive game. Are we buying or selling Paul George? Not necessarily being terrible, but just not being an all-star level player anymore.
I'm
Correct.
selling.
How many games has it been?
Whichever one's buying.
It's been like 3 games, yeah. So
Nah,
I'm selling on Paul
I'm-
George. I feel like you just need to get his rhythm back. He's too talented of a
Yeah.
player, offensively and defensively. I feel like once he gets a rhythm going, especially with Joel Embiid coming back and they get some games under their belt, he'll be good again. So I'm
Guys,
selling
what was
on Paul
the
George.
take again? I kind of didn't hear it.
Are you buying or selling him not being all-star caliber type of player anymore?
I'm buying that take. Like he's not gonna do that, right? Or am I selling?
Yes, yes. If you're buying, that means you don't think he will be all-star caliber player.
Correct. I'm buying on that. I'm buying 10,000 shares. He's not gonna be an all-star this year.
Just
injury-
caliber. He might not make it. I'm just saying like that
caliber
level.
player.
Caliber, huh?
Caliber.
What are we
Yeah.
saying? Like 23, 6 and 5 is
Yeah, just what we're expected to him doing. Because right now I think he's averaging like 15 points. And like, are you saying that's going to go up to like 22, or do you think he might hover around that 16, 17 point and be kind of just like a Tobias Harris plus? You know?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Nah, he'll go back.
I don't know.
Come on,
No,
bro.
I think he's.
I'm selling this. I personally think he does look a little worse, but I also don't think he's gonna be this bad. So I also don't think he'll be an all-star this year, but I don't think he'll be as bad as he's been either.
Yeah, I think I'll hover around the 20 to 21, especially with this team missing players in games
Yeah.
all season long. So
It's weird because like, and
Like
then
he's skilled, bro. Like
I can see him doing that, but I can see him doing even more a little bit, like 25. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird.
Nah.
Like he could just turn up. He could. Yes,
he'll
he's
probably
asked
have
to.
the most he'll ever have is like 23, in my opinion.
yeah, Joel Embiid takes way too many shots when he comes back. So
Yeah, but then he's also gonna give Paul. He's gonna help Paul George with the looks. They're gonna double him a lot. You know.
yeah,
Facts.
which will be why he'll average 21. 25 is like you're taking a lot of shots.
I will sell on the take as well.
Okay.
Nigga,
got
you just
two- Yeah, he just switched up right now.
It was like,
Nigga,
it was like,
this
a,
is not
like a
like-
flip. It was like a flip.
All right, bro.
We
Yeah, I'm
convinced
selling
him.
too.
It's a W when you get to change someone's mind.
Yeah, facts.
All right, another take. Norman Powell. He had that famous quote, addition by subtraction. Do you think that, I don't even know how to say this, like, do you think that he's going to be better than Paul George was for the Clippers? There you go. Buying or selling that?
I don't know, bro. With Harden,
Selling.
he's averaging like 25.
Is Kawhi healthy or no?
Probably not. Let's just be realistic. He's not healthy.
He's gonna come
His
back this
stats
year.
on
I
paper
guess.
will be better.
I mean, he might play like 30 games, maybe, if we're
That's
lucky.
Norman's averaging 25
Play
points.
more than 30.
Yeah, Norman Powell's averaging 25 points a game right now on, let me see,
don't think it'll be
50,
sustainable.
40, 86.
He's gonna be
We're not
better. If
doing
he
that.
keeps
You
that,
know,
he's
today
gonna.
was his first double-double ever in his career.
I mean,
Wow.
he ain't there to pass, brother, or rebound or whatever he got.
He's
I
there
don't
to
know.
do one job and sure the bucket, and he's good at it. No, I think he will
I'll
be.
buy that
I'm
he'll be.
buying.
I'm buying that he'll be a better scorer than Paul George this season based off opportunity alone.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, I just said better for the Clippers. I'm not saying better than Paul, just better for the Clippers.
No,
Yeah.
Paul George is.
No, Paul
I'm
George is a
selling.
better
Yeah,
player for the
He's a
Clippers.
better player all around, and I feel like he's a max player for a reason, or he gets the contract or the money that he's earning for a reason. I feel like he just fills in holes from a defensive standpoint, offensive standpoint, like playmaking ability, just everything. He's average or above average at, and I think Norman Powell, like I said, it's his first double-double ever. He's just a scorer, and that's not enough for you to be at a Paul George level. To sell.
But on this current team, the way it's constructed, yes, he's great because they need a scorer. Harden helps him score, so it's very good for the Clippers right now.
Yeah, he's been a good fit because now that the shots opened up, no Kawhi, no Paul George, he has a green light. So I still anticipate him being a good scorer this season, and probably he definitely averaging over 20 points. But I don't think that everything else Paul George brings, at least the old Paul George, we'll see how he translates this season. But how he's been in the past, especially for the Clippers, I think that he provides value in other areas that Norm Powell can't.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
It's like I was gonna say, it's like seeing like Cam Thomas averages more points than a lot of people. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that somebody wouldn't be a better fit for a team.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fit
It's a
for
good
the
comparison.
Nets.
All right, my last NBA take. So Anthony Edwards, they had an interview where they asked him about shooting too many threes. He said, "I don't give a fuck." Okay, so he's been lacing them bitches up this year, and so the take is, will Anthony Edwards lead the league in scoring? Are we buying or selling?
Selling. I think his usage is
selling
not
that.
gonna be
Yeah, I'm
high
selling
enough to get to that level to where he's damn near just scoring baskets.
Didn't he have 37 points in 3 quarters? Am I tripping today? Hold on.
30. I
Yeah,
don't know
he did.
about
He did.
he or maybe he had
No, he had it in
37.
3/4.
And then we talked
Yeah.
about
I was
earlier
mad
today
because he didn't play the
what
whole
Nikola
part.
Jokic is doing for his team and how he needs to do that in order for them to win. I don't think Anthony Edwards needs to lead the league in scoring for his team to win. And even if he's shooting at a higher clip, there's players like Trey Young. His usage is just out the like roof. So I don't think Anthony Edwards is at that level yet, even from a skill standpoint, to average the most points in the NBA here. Winning
Just for context, though, just the reason I say this, he's averaging a career high in points, career high field goal percentage, shattering career high in 3-point percentage.
46.
Typically, he's been a 36% career 3-point shooter. This year, obviously, I don't think this is going to hold up, but he's been shooting 46% and on a really high volume, too, 10 threes a game. So, especially with Cat gone, that's why I think it's a possibility. But like you guys said, Jokic, he's going to be relied on even more than he has been in past seasons, and especially the way he's shooting the ball as well. I think that's really his main competition, though. I think, if Jokic wasn't there, I do think that this would be a possibility because with no Cat, it's like as good as Julius Randle is, he's just not the scoring threat that Cat is. So I think that he'll be up there, probably top 5, but I just don't see him being a number 1.
Even so, Trey, like from a usage standpoint, Trey Young is just gonna have more opportunity to do that or score more points than him.
But he
Then
dishes the ball a lot, so it's like he's using
does.
it, but he's also throwing passes,
Yeah, I see that. Then when Joel Embiid plays, he's easily a better scorer than Anthony Edwards, and he's gonna average more than him too. So
All right, Joel Embiid doesn't
Yeah,
play, bro.
like there's just too much.
He's
There's
coming
just too
back.
much scoring talent. Like I see Ant being at 28, 29 at his max, maybe 30. You know what I mean? If he's really like that, but there's
Luka,
already people averaging like above 30. You know what I mean? Like there's already 80 Jokic and like maybe Tatum, Shea,
AD's
Luka.
might fall a little.
I don't think Shea's
Yeah,
averaging
already-
30. I don't think Luka's averaging
Nah,
30.
maybe
Shea,
not.
Shea's
Maybe
been going
not.
low a lot. This
Luka
year.
They're
will
gonna be
probably end
averaging
up
more
averaging
than
30.
Anthony Edwards at the end of the year.
Luka's
they're
been
gonna- that's
bad.
what I'm- there's
Luka's
just, like,
been
six
bad,
people-
straight up.
Yeah, how long do you think
Yeah,
that's
but
gonna
it's,
last?
only, it's the
Though?
beginning of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, Shea's at 26 right now. I don't know. He like it looks like he's gonna be a cool 26, 27 this year, which is
Okay,
what
but
I
you don't
told you
believe
guys.
that's gonna last all year, do you?
I do. For Shea, I do because I think the team is way more well-rounded this year, and I think he doesn't have to score as much as he used to in the past. And
I think Shea's
He's
a
just
lot.
missing shots. With Shea, it's just missing shots.
no, I know, but it's like there's games
Yeah,
where
that's
there
one.
was a game the other day where he literally didn't do shit in the fourth quarter and they won because like was it Jalen Williams took over? I don't even remember, and Aaron Wiggins or somebody. They was going crazy. Like
Hey, but
If he's
there's just
having
gonna be
bad
games where he
yeah.
doesn't have to do as much.
Here's what I see with Shea's thing right now. I'm looking at his stats. Some things are popping out to me. He's playing a little bit less minutes. Also, his 3-point
They're
percentage
blowing
is
teams
very
out.
low right now in the first 8 games.
He's never been a shooter from 3 either.
No.
So
He was like 35, 36. Right now he's 26. So that's a whole percentile.
Yeah,
difference,
yeah.
okay? So this could be a reason why he's like lower, but he is kind of like playing a little more lax basketball lately because his team is so good. His team is just like
that's
they're
why I
winning.
think he might
Better
not.
now, so like his stats are he won't be playing as many minutes, and then if he's having bad shooting nights, others pick up for him, and he won't force it. But the Luka thing, Luka's definitely gonna pick it up. There's no
Yeah.
doubt on my.
Why the fuck
He's
is
playing
that
really
going
bad
on?
to start the year, man. 40% from the field, 33 from 3, 78 from the line. Only 28 points. I say only, but like that's for Luka. That would be his lowest in pretty much 3 seasons. So
But there's been too many good years in the past for me not to believe in him, not to pick it up.
Especially
hey
not
man,
to
if he
crack
keeps
30.
if he keeps flopping like that clip I showed y'all, man, I'm starting to
No,
not
he-
like Luka, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
But
who
he's been a
always been
flopper
the
for
last
like
year.
4 years, Bez. You haven't tapped it. Luka's been flopping. I've been
No,
seeing
I
it.
know he's been flopping, but it's like it's just egregious, bro. Like I get it if you got to sell a call, but like when you're not even getting hit and you just faking flops, like that's crossing the line for
agree.
me.
That's his game.
No, I agree. It is
Same
lame.
game.
I gotta keep my takes consistent. I hate Harden for a reason. So I love Luka, but I gotta keep everybody accountable when it's due. Yeah, I think it's pretty lame to be doing that. You shouldn't be flopping that hard. You shouldn't be like you could sell calls and stuff like that, but yeah, like Beth said, if you didn't get touched, same. I've had the same issue. I love CP, but you know what I mean. In times where you like don't even get touched at all, and then they call it. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like that's not even. You know what I mean? Like where's the integrity? So I hope he stops that as he gets older too. He's still not really that old compared to. He's not even in his like prime.
He's
You know
25
what I
years
mean?
old.
So yeah, so he's still technically a young like. other 25-year-olds are still considered young players, but Luka's just been doing this for so long that people think, you know what I mean? He's not held to that standard anymore, but he can mature more as the years get on. You know what I
He
mean?
won't
So
change
hopefully
it
he
up,
does.
It's in every European does it too. Like Jokic does it, they all flop. It's just the way that they play basketball.
Jokic
Jokic
doesn't
flop that bad,
Jokic
though.
doesn't do it as bad. Yeah.
He
Bro,
sells calls, but he
complains to the
doesn't
refs
flop.
just as
Jokic
bad
like
as Luka.
blows his own back out sometimes, bro. It's so weird.
Yeah, he does. Like Jokic,
Like,
literally
like,
just
like,
sticks
I
out.
just
I
like
need to
flexible.
he
chill.
does this,
He's
bro. Like,
flexible. That's crazy.
Gabe is right. I wouldn't phrase it like that, but he is right.
Yeah.
so you blow his back? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my last take is
Yeah.
the
All right.
Anthony Edwards thing.
That's a good one
Yeah, that's
though,
good.
because
Yeah.
it's not too far off to say, bro, he could just pass 30 points per game like that. Like, if he does
just
what he
that
did
so many
today
people are,
again, like multiple, like
like-
he could do it. You know, like
I just don't think he'll pass up certain players.
he's gonna have the
There's just-
volume
yeah,
though.
there's
Cat
like-
is not
there's
there.
like
He's gonna
5
have
or
the
6
volume.
people that I don't think he'll score more than.
I don't care if it's volume. It's just his scoring ability is not the same level as Luka Doncic when he picks
He
it
may
up.
not even score more than
What's the
KD
deal?
and Book.
He's right on their level, right? As of right now, they're the same. Like,
Yeah,
right
I know,
now.
but I'm
Or
saying like
Joel
he
Embiid
may
is not
not.
gonna be
Like
at-
there's nothing that's gonna say that will give him the edge over them.
Bro,
right
Ant's
now.
an amazing 3-level scorer. Are we not like? Or you're just saying in a
Yeah,
different
but there's
tier?
better
Like,
3-level scores than Anthony
No,
Edwards.
I'm just saying like there's so many scorers now, so many people that can average 30 and that do average 29, 30, that it's hard to say somebody who averages 28, 29 can lead the league in scoring.
I think
When
he
there's
could
already
be,
like
I think he
7
can get
people above
to the-
29.
I think it's not too far off to say he can pass them. Like, I don't think it's too far off to say that right now.
I guess.
what is
'cause you're in the
progression
same
been?
game.
Why
I
not-
just
like,
don't
why
think
can't we
he's
just
gonna
give
be
him
I
that
feel
that
like
much
guards are
skill?
just capped too. Guards are generally just capped.
I don't know. Edwards seems like he's like one of those him type of guards that could do
You
it.
think Anthony Edwards can go head to head with Joel Embiid in squoring?
Why are you bring
No.
Joel Embiid into this? Well, like,
Because he's
Because he's
led the
somebody
league
who's
in
going
scoring
to be
multiple
competing
years.
with.
what if he doesn't play this? He can't qualify for any.
Honestly,
on
he
Tuesday.
could, bro.
There's still
I don't have a
Giannis,
ton of
there's still
confidence in
Giannis, there's
Embiid, bro.
still AD.
Why?
Bro, you act like Embiid's
Why
gonna come
not?
in and drop 34 again. He could come
What
in and
if
drop
Embiid showed me
29.
that he's
Like
not
he could
capable
easily
of scoring
have 29
over
points
30?
per game.
His health, bro. I don't think his body will hold up.
I mean, his body held up.
But I'm saying there's just so much competition that's
years ago.
already ahead of Anthony Edwards that he would have to pass up.
He's in the realm
to
of
win a
everyone
scoring
right now.
When do
No
you think
one's
he's gonna beat out
averaging
Anthony
33 this year.
Davis?
No one's averaging 32. He's literally right there.
Not yet. It's been 8 games.
Luka's
or
been
however
off.
many games, 10
Shay's
games.
not there. Who else? Embiid hasn't
I can-
played.
I can
Jokic is
guarantee
averaging
Anthony
30.
Edwards
AD's
And he's still not
averaging
averaging
31.
more.
This is
And he's still not
like, what
averaging more,
I
is
see
he?
a close horse race. I see a very close race.
I'm
Like,
just saying, yeah, it's just
but
close.
The
but-
issue is all these people are averaging what he's doing and they're in a slump.
Yeah.
So that's not his fault. He's doing what he's doing, and that's them right now.
Okay,
But
like,
but they're in a
he's
slump
got
and
better scores
he's
than him.
playing the
Nothing
best.
wrong with that.
Okay, I can say, what if
some of the
Edwards
best
played the rest
basketball.
of the game and dropped 60 today? Like you know what? Like what
That's
if
not
that
the same
happens? That's an if.
comparison.
Well, I do
You're
think he
saying
should have played the rest of
that's
the game.
not
I
in
need
the
those
same
fantasy
stratosphere.
points.
As someone who's these players have already done in the past. Anthony Edwards is
Yeah,
not
that's
dropping
what I'm
60 game to game.
Not game to game, obviously, bruv.
You're
But
saying
Okay,
dog,
but there's
he
just
Anthony
too much
Edwards-
competition.
Anthony Edwards is not-
But he's taking a step up in scoring. Like that's very apparent. You know what I mean?
He's not at the same level as these other.
What is he
top
averaging,
scorers
29?
have done
Like-
year in and year out.
Yeah, like 28.
That's what I'm saying. 28, like it's great, it's
No,
amazing,
they're
but
not.
like just in the terms of relative to the rest of the league, it's or to the rest of the top superstars, you're like 8th. You know what I
But
mean?
like,
But like,
right now,
in terms
nobody-
fuck the numbers for a second. Forget the numbers for a second. Like when you watch Anthony Edwards play, like he's up there in terms of skill and being able to score the ball.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all
for
I'm
sure.
saying.
Will. He's
Not
100% a
as a
scorer. Will
for
type of
sure.
scorer, I promise you. He's
I didn't
100%
even
scorer,
think
Will.
I wouldn't even give D Book a chance to really win a scoring title.
Okay, he's
Same.
playing
And
with
I
Kevin
think
Durant.
D-Book's
That's
a
not
better
gonna
scorer
work.
than Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, and he's better, but I'm just
He's
saying,
just
like he
on
can
a slip
average
right
better.
now.
No, he probably will average more points, or can. It's like a high chance that he'll average more points than Anthony Edwards, but he's not going to average more points than Giannis, AD, Embiid, Jokic, and the rest of these people. Or maybe Jokic
Good.
depends,
I think
but
Tatum's averaging 30 right now.
He could. Edwards is up there with those guys right now. What goes
Bro.
to what leads you to believe that he cannot just score a little bit more in the weeks to come or the months to come?
A little bit more. 30 is not a
He's-
little bit. Like it's hard to drop 30. Each
yeah,
time.
averaging upping your average by 2 or 3 points is not like, especially when it's that high. You know what I mean? It gets exponentially harder each point.
Correct. 100% agree with you.
Like the curve
But-
would be like,
And like
But
Brett
when
said,
we
I think
talk
he's
about
shooting at a
players,
high
when we
clip
talk
of
about
that.
players who are
Hopefully
going to
he's
be
gonna
all
keep up.
stars or they're superstars, this is one of those players that can get there and probably will That's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. If he's not there right now, what's stopping you from saying he could do it really like right this season? Like why can't he? Why can't
He's not. I don't think
he's
he's gonna
right
keep
there.
up the
He's right
shooting
there.
split. Even if he's shooting at a high clip, I don't think he's gonna keep up 46% throughout the year, like from a 3-point perspective. And then there's other players that have proven that they can drop 30 each night that are just straight up better.
And
than him.
Luka has the lowest amount of touches per game in his career right now. So his usage is down as well. Same with
They don't go
Shay's. Like
back
these
up.
guys are just not and
Not scoring that anymore.
It's
their teams are better all
Mm.
around. You know what I mean? Like the also the defense is keying in more on them to the point where like they're just gonna be they refuse to let Shea and Luka be the guys to beat them. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, all right, if PJ Washington, if you hit 8 threes today, good fucking luck, buddy.
Or Klay Thompson, it's
If
like
you're
5
at that
straight
level,
jumps.
Yeah,
there's
but
no
this is a long
stopping
season.
Luka. Like you're just trying to hope.
Yeah,
to
it's a long
contain him.
season.
It's not gonna last forever. You'll average
I don't
30
know.
this
Not
year.
everyone, dude. You act like I know Luka's like a dog and he's like him, but he can't average 32 forever. 33. He's not gonna do that.
Dude, he has like 6
25.
All-NBAs. This guy's
He's
not
25,
like a
but he
scrub.
doesn't. He's not like the embodiment of health as what we think he is.
This
He's
is
just-
lower than his rookie
Yeah, he is.
season.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's only been 8 games.
Second
he'll
year
It's
be
been 8 games. Yeah, I'm like he's averaging 28, and where I can like he's
Dude, this
averaging
is
like
a
I said, he's
superstar that made it to
what-
the NBA Finals and is like a 6-time All-NBA talent.
Hey man,
Has
from what I
averaged 30
see,
for the past
Anthony Edwards
3
is having
years.
no trouble scoring, and what is that going to stop him from doing even more? That's what I'm saying. He's like
Okay,
he's going out
Let
there
me
and
just ask
balling
you,
out
so do you think Anthony Edwards is going to average more points than Luka Doncic?
this year or like next year.
Yes, this year.
It's pretty much a take.
Okay,
Like
see, you're just
because
arguing just
that's
to
one
argue.
person
Good.
he'd have to
He
average.
could.
I don't believe it.
It's gonna be
Say
close,
yes.
bro. It's gonna be really close.
He
It
will.
won't be close.
I don't think it
will
will.
not be
I
close.
I think it will be close, bro. You guys are
It'll be
underestimating.
Dude, it'll be so close. You're gonna it's gonna be like a
I think
fraction
if
of
Luka can get to 30, but I think Ant can get to like close to 30 also. That's how close I think it'll be.
What's close to
It'll be
30
like 29 and a half to
like
30, bro.
29.75, bro. He's
average
gonna get.
29.
He'll do it.
Okay, well, we'll see. Because I really don't think he
And
can score average
29.75 really means 30. You feel me? So you have to say that.
Okay, I don't think he'll average 29. I think he'll average like 27. Yeah.
Nah,
27.
I said like
27.
28, 29, but
He
like
averaged- bro,
Luka could
he's
easily
gonna-
be at 31, 32. It's been eight games.
What
You
did he
know how
average
many
last
games?
year?
But that's why I'm asking is because so far it's close, is what I'm saying.
34, actually.
Yeah,
Might average
but Luka's in a
34.
slump,
Worry
and
about how
Anthony
he's
Edwards
playing.
is
You don't got to worry
playing his
about
best
other people
basketball
in
of
the
his
slump.
career.
You don't got to worry about
It's
other
different.
players. Like he got to worry about him, and he's balling out, bro. Dude, he's scoring at will. Like he's literally like it's very very hard to stop him. It's one of those like players that's like, bro, he's popping off. You just got to get out the way.
I just don't think he'll be Jokic personally, but I think he could get close to
Oh,
Luka.
yeah, you sound like Darvin Ham.
Right.
Literally just saying he's popping off and just get out of his way. You just say the
Man,
words
it's not a
just to
Darvin
say.
Ham quote, bro. That's a Gabe. That's a Gabe
Salute.
quote. That's a Gabe.
Nah, dude, Luka averaged
Oh.
34 points and 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists like last year.
That took a toll
Oh
on
no,
him, bro.
10 assists and 9
That
rebounds.
took a toll on him.
He took a toll. He's gonna drop.
I mean, nobody's beating Jokic. Let's just put it that way, all right? We
Yeah.
can just stop
I
on
think
that.
Jokic
Jokic is going to lead the league in
Isn't
scoring.
Jason Tatum averaging more points than Anthony?
No,
Edwards?
actually AD is leading the league in scoring, but I think Jokic is like a point behind him. And he's just the best player. Like anybody who argues that Jokic ain't the best player needs to see a psychiatrist.
Tatum is averaging 30.2 points. I think Jokic is like a 31 point something right
Yeah.
now.
AD's at 32, I think, so he has like a slight edge over
He's
him.
at 32.
Jokic has
Jason
no.
Tatum
Jokic is
at
at 28.8.
and Giannis is at 30.
There's no way.
Yeah, I'm looking at stat.
Jokic is
Basketball
at
Reference.
28.9.
Yeah.
So at 29 points.
So Davis
So
is number
Anthony
one
Edwards
right
is
now.
at 29 exactly. Giannis, Tatum, and Davis are all beating him out.
How many Jokic have today? Because I think maybe
Yeah, Davis has 32.6 right now. That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
But see, like same thing. I'm saying Edwards could go up. I think Davis will go down. Like same like way I'm like viewing these guys.
I think me personally, I think this is Edwards like peak right now in
Bro.
terms of how good he's going.
Peak right now.
Peak is
29,
crazy.
yeah.
That's insane. I'm not even like peak
For
is
the
crazy.
season, not for his
Listen,
career.
we're
for
the two
season.
people that say Jalen Green could average 30. We're not saying
Maybe.
Edwards could average 30. What are we talking about?
I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's crazy.
that's
If y'all
Jalen
can't say no, I don't want to hear no
Yeah,
Jalen Green talk
yeah,
anymore from
yeah.
your ass.
Jalen Green can
Yes, best
potentially
him.
average 30. I'm saying Anthony Edwards right now, his peak for the season is 29. That's not crazy.
What's Jalen Green's peak for this season?
What is he at right now?
All right, okay, now we're getting into the crazy. We are
Check
getting out
Jalen
serious.
Green.
I'm
No,
just
let me-
asking. I'm just curious. I want to hear from the horse's mouth.
All right, let me see.
But no, Bez, you got. I'm saying what I'm saying. He's saying something different.
Jalen Green, I think his peak for the season is like 23, 24.
He's
Okay,
averaging
all right,
23 right now.
all
How's
right.
it-
Realistic. No, realistic. No, it is his peak though.
35.
Yeah, that's peak.
44 points per game.
All right.
You
All
want me to
right.
say
So we
Jalen
push it
Green's
2
gonna average
hours.
30 points per game? He'd be a top.
Oh my
scorer.
God, he's shooting 39% from the dude. This guy's the most inefficient shot
field
chucker
is free.
in the NBA right now.
He's
Let's
taking
see,
19
39
shots and
for
making.
This is
40
Devonte Graham level of efficiency, and I'm not even joking. Like he's shooting Devonte Graham level efficiency.
All right, let's not shit
All
on
right, give him some
Devontae.
time, man. It's only been a couple games. Games
Him,
played.
him and Keontae George are the same level shot chuckers.
Oh,
Like,
now we got Keontae
Yeah.
George in here.
Let's
it's
see what
facts,
Justin
bro.
George is averaging right now.
bro, he's shooting fucking 30% also. So they're both shooting 30%
Oh,
chucking
yeah.
threes.
Averaging 20. Yeah, I can't even search up Keontae George's name.
I
It doesn't
found
even-
it.
Hey,
I found
look up assist though. Look up
Keontae George
assist
is
though.
averaging 16 points, 15.6. What's his field goal? Dude,
Yeah, he's
30%
not even
from
in the
three.
top
That's way
50
worse than
scorers
Jalen
in the
Green.
NBA.
No, it's not. They're literally shooting damn near
Jalen
the
Green
same.
was 39, wasn't he?
Something like. But they're both shooting 30 some from the field. They're both
No.
shot chucking this year.
He's not
No,
even.
bro,
he's
it's
not even
different.
on the- he's not even on
Jalen
the
Green is
website.
39.7% from the field. Keontae is 32. That's a big difference.
No, they're both awful. You're trying to like that's like comparing shit to a trash can.
7% is huge.
I don't know
He's
about that.
averaging 21. The other one's not even on the top 50 page for stats.
Bro, but this guy's averaging 7 assists and Jalen Green ball hog ass averaging 3.
But he's averaging
Right, that's
8
not
more
his
points.
game.
He has 23
Obviously,
points per
Keontae
game.
George
though.
can't score at the same clip either.
I'm just saying they're both shot chuckers, and you know what I'm saying? They're in the same realm. They're in the same
Bro,
tier-ish.
this is bad. I want to say this. This is the one thing I don't like about Keontae. 15 field goal attempts for 15 and a half points. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
He's chucking. I'm not disagreeing with that. He's been chucking this year.
At least Jalen Green's a good chucker.
Jalen Green has like 18 field goals for like 23 points. I'll take that.
19
good
field goals for
chuckers.
23 points. Is that a little better? It's slightly better.
One of the good checkers is crazy.
Okay, so Jalen Green's an A tier chucker and Keontae George is a B tier chucker.
I like
We'll
a
put
C+.
it that way.
I'll give him C+. His
Oh.
All right,
field
bro.
goal
All
attempts
right.
is his
Yeah,
points, bro. That's crazy.
Come on, man.
All right. So I
I
have
love
to
when-
get
I
my
love
daily dose
I
of
love when we
Jalen
talk
Green
about,
hate.
like our players,
Oh,
like
good.
Green and Keontae pop up. I love it.
All right. If no one has anything left to say, we can wrap it up on that. If you do, speak right now.
Narratives to talk about next.
I got Infinity money.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
listen,
Yeah, but
for
so
the
true.
title, put Keontae George versus Jalen Green. It's like a 45-second clip.
week.
no, people might actually enjoy that. All right. We're going to wrap it up, though. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Devin and Bronny MVP, even Ricky with his garbage ass Pacers. No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh,
hopefully he
dude,
tunes
Ricky
in to
got
watch that.
insane.
Hopefully he tunes in to watch that Halliburton segment because he needs to hear it more than anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Facts.
coping right
I'm
now. Right?
gonna send him. We should make a segment out of it. I'll send it to him.
yeah, I definitely will.
Let's
Tomorrow.
do it. All right. Anyway, thanks for everybody
Salute.
for tuning in. Appreciate everyone. Shout out to I can't even see what this says, but shout out to Devin.
It's the salute emoji.
Emoji. Salute
Okay.
emoji.
Shout out to and you know we going out on this. My boy's back in the league, so we gotta. Thanks for watching the BDL podcast. Shout out to Harden. Shout out to AD. Shout out to Yoke.
Jalen Green.
Shout out to Kai Jones. Yes, sir.
Shout out to him.
I'm harder than Christ and I'm harder than Mike. Cutting the movie is like,
Hell of a ball.
never been
Hell of a ball.
too.
Yeah, that's what I do. Hey.